begin here. We'll recap with everybody except for Meglar, who is back this week. You guys are on the island of Causature after you made your way there and came across the settlement of Grimsby, where the settlers there were celebrating Grimsday. It's a local holiday, and they apparently had some hunters go missing on their way out to find the feast, the main course for Grimsday. They never come back, so this is where the travelers came in and searched the jungle a little bit, found the said hunters, and faced one of these massive razor hogs, this beast that took out one of the hunters. But the travelers managed to finish the thing off, only to have an ambush of goblins steal the meat and escort the travelers to their camp, where they were brought to the chief, who has kind of forced them into helping him retrieve his people that were captured by the orc slavers across the bay of Durma. So this is where we're gonna begin. It's the next morning. You guys were sleeping in your tents in the Goblin Village, and you wake up fairly early to the sounds of goblins fighting outside the tents. You hear them like just like yelling back and forth in Goblinese that you guys don't understand, but you can smell the smell of meat cooking.
Also, they do eat cooked meat.
Yep. So you smell of cooked meat, and you realize that Barnum is missing. No, that didn't happen. But you guys do smell the meat, and you wake up. So what do you guys want to do?
Do we have to look for Barnum?
Barnum is sleeping next to you, actually, when you wake up.
I
forget.
was excited.
Yeah, you guys. I know he wasn't in the same tent as Kolos because they had a beef, but.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we said that we'd head out and help. I'm cool with it. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that was like, whatever, I'll do it. We were supposed to be getting an escort or something, though, right?
We're getting a boat.
So, does anyone... God, I don't remember to place Nautilus either.
Yuri is definitely disregarding everyone else and headed right for the smell of the meat.
Yeah, it tracks.
Yeah, so you get out of the tent, and there's like 30, 40 goblins. They're all kind of like busy running about, and you see them like kind of handing out, like doling out like sections, like big slabs of this meat of the razor hog, and you can see like a lot of them fighting over like portion sizes and pushing each other out of the way, and it seems to be like somewhere like resulting to like fist fighting over some of the meat. But you see like these large like kind of like rocks that are put out in the middle of the fire, and they're cooking this meat, and it smells good. I mean, it's kind of like wafting all throughout the camp, and it smells like bacon cooking everywhere.
I just want to make my way up to the front of the line and hold my hand out for my dwarf-sized portion.
So as you walk up to like one of these goblins, kind of look at you, and he's like, "Rawr!" And he like kind of growls and kind of snaps at your hand a little bit.
I just mutter to him, "Juka." Point at the meat.
they all kind of like look at you and kind of like block your path to the meat and kind of push you out of the way. And at that point, like you hear Barnum come up behind you, and he kind of like whispers to you, like, "I think it's best if you don't mess with the natives. Let's just try to get out of here with our heads intact, please."
I think it's best you watch your tongue, Barnum, or I'm gonna cut it out.
This is how you speak to elders?
I just turn around and walk away. Now Yuri is starting to get hangry.
Barnum, he takes his time. He goes and just sits back by the edge of the tent on the outside. And he sits on the ground. He's just kind of waiting as politely as a guest can be in a goblin encampment.
I got up. Like when I heard Yuri arguing, I just got out of my tent, started packing it up.
I don't know which tent Snodulus was in, but there's commotion. I guess I'd start poking my head.
Is it all the meat from the pig we slayed?
Yeah, as you walk out, Vitoris, you see like literally like the entire hog is there, and it's like cut up into pieces, and you see like the carcass basically left over, and they're just doling out the meat to all the little members of the goblin village. So,
Man, them little bastards.
They got to eat too.
They stole our meat, and now they're not sharing it with me. Fuck.
all right, so you guys kind of sit around with your hands in your laps here. A little while later, the goblin interpreter that you guys met the night before comes over. Her name was Whelp, and she comes over and offers you guys up all a little bit of this cooked meat, and she has like a little kind of grass basket made, and she just kind of graciously like bows over to you guys and kind of holds the basket out.
I take some and eat it and do a little bow.
I scarf up a fat portion.
I'll take a bit of this and try this awesome razorback.
Snodulus is for it.
Yeah, I'll take some of the rawest piece. Rarest, if you will.
Yeah, and it's definitely all like it's cooked, kind of very rare anyway, and but it tastes amazing. You guys see, what the people of Grimsby are all about with eating this razor piece. It's definitely a delicacy. So at that point, you guys have a few minutes to eat, and Whelp looks over, and she at this point you notice too you got a couple of like armed chaperones that are with you. Or with her, and they're kind of like watching over you guys. At this point, like most of the other goblins are kind of going about their day, and they're kind of dispersing from the main, campsite. And so Whelp sits down with you guys, and she starts just speaking about like, well, when you are all ready, we should head out as soon as possible. Make good time to get to the slavers' camp.
We can leave as soon as. Let's go.
Remind me, are we just going and grabbing your people, or was there something else we needed to do?
Well, Chief,
sorry.
Chief Urk would definitely like our people any way possible. It's a dangerous place, but maybe this is why we ask for your help. You guys can think of something. The orcs, they see us goblins as lower life forms, not as civilized as they are.
Honestly, Snodulus can kind of understand that.
Hector, were you curious why we're here?
No, I just don't remember. All right, straight up, like me out of game, like I don't remember if we're supposed to go kill everyone or if we're just supposed to grab their people and come back. Like,
well, the reason we're on the island is to figure out, the whole slave thing.
Right, but I don't know if the plan. I couldn't remember if we came up with a plan just like to go kill everyone or if we were gonna like see what's up.
Yeah, I don't think you guys necessarily had a plan with which way you were going to go. If you're going to go diplomatic, I mean, you haven't even seen the camp yet,
Yeah, there was
know.
No plan yet. Yeah. All we know is that
Nobody
we came
knows.
here because of Slaver Island.
Right.
We came because of the slaves because there was goblin slaves sacrificed to summon Dagon.
Right. I remember that.
That's the main reason we're here. These other reasons are now that this goblins want us to go there.
And also the food, which was already something. Like we're in like a hell of helping people right now.
Right, yeah. You're about to ruin Grimstay because the little kids are waking up this morning. They're looking forward to their Grimstay feast.
Yeah.
So.
The goblins took our shit, and they're like, we'll get our people back, and we'll show you where some more are so you can get some for your other people.
Right, okay.
It's literally what the task is, but the bigger task is trying to figure out who he sold the slaves to, if they're even going to divulge the information out, so we could see who's helping summon Dagon.
Right.
That's like the initial. That's why we're here.
Before we got kidnapped.
Correct.
So we're gonna. So I guess my question is. I mean, I guess everybody was just. I was just trying to figure out what the plan was for going forward.
We haven't.
I have no plan.
We haven't seen the camp yet, so we don't know.
We don't know anything.
We don't know how many there are, the layout, anything.
Gotcha.
Basically, we can do that in game, and nothing will change because we know nothing. You know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All we know is they're on the west of the island, and no one goes to the west of the island.
Wait, I thought we were on the west side. They're on the east side.
I think we should.
They're on the east.
I think we should just kill them all.
We'll figure that out when we get there. Now, everyone clear on the tasks at hand.
Clear as we can be.
We have small side quests here, and then
multiple small side quests,
and then the main, like a small portion or information for our main quest could be here.
Gotcha.
But we have to get there to figure it out. And that thing I showed you, Hector.
Yeah. Definitely want to take a look at that.
Yes.
All right, so Whelp says, if you guys are all ready, we'll show you to the boat, and we can bring it down to the shore. If you remember me saying, goblins aren't allowed to have boats, so it's kind of going to be. I don't think I can join you on the trip, but if you're ready, shall we? And she stands up.
Yeah, like go to the camp.
Yeah. So she kind of like gets up and she kind of motions over to the guards to kind of follow in tow behind you guys, and you go kind of back behind some trees and stuff and behind a few tents, and you see this massive canoe back there, and it looks like it's definitely can fit, probably a good 15 goblins in there, or probably a good 6 people, no problem. Might be a little cramped for all of you guys, but it's definitely it's a pretty.
What's the condition of it? Does it look like straight dog shit?
Make a perception check.
I remember checking out the canoe before. He said it looks like it'll float. Oh shit!
Yeah, so I mean, you get a better look at it now in the daylight, and it looks like it's a solid log. Like, the goblins are not known for their engineering, and so they just hollowed out a log the best they could, but it looks like there's no holes in it.
Nice. Well, it could be worse than this, I guess.
But it looks heavy. It looks like it's definitely not going to win a canoe race.
But it will survive a durability race against a crocodile.
Yeah, probably. It definitely looks like a big ass tree.
I swear to God, if we find a Loch Ness monster in here, I'm going.
Snodless hopes he doesn't want 350.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do this.
We can't all. It's not going to hold all of us, though, right?
One way to find out.
Barnum looks over at you, Yuri, and he's like, yeah, maybe you should just stay behind there, fat boy.
Oh, I'm the captain of this ship.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Captain Dwarf. Right away, Your Majesty. And he kind of makes a big scene in front of all the goblins.
Snodulus is confused. You're the captain of this log?
That's correct. You're the captain of the big ship. I'm the captain of the little ship.
Snodulus doesn't want to be a captain. You have to go down with the ship. But Snodulus will definitely not be captain of this log.
And you get blamed for any murders that happen on other ships. Don't forget that one.
Also,
No. Snodulus remembers that, and that's why Snodulus doesn't want to deal with that.
Yeah, don't ever be a captain.
Snodulus is just the driver. It's driving Miss Snodula Daisley.
Yeah.
Let's move out, I guess.
Hell yeah. I'm going to try my best to help carry this log towards the water.
Do we have
like-
paddles?
Like oars or something?
Yeah, you guys look around and there's a bunch of paddles in the boat, and they're just like
how
they're
we
definitely
gotta
crew
drag this fucker a ways, don't we?
You don't really know because you guys were kind of just like led, forced march through the jungle, so you don't really know where the water is. But
We have no idea.
She's gonna lead
where
the
we are.
way. But so everybody, go ahead and make a strength check. We'll see what the average is, sir.
Snodulus is good with strength.
Athletics, yeah.
Oh, athletics?
Yeah, if you're proficient in athletics, yeah, go ahead. They're in strength, you might as well roll for it. Well, athletics is fine. Roll a strength-based check. Hector's just like, I'm sitting in the boat.
What, am I supposed to sit in it when you carry it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes no change if Snodulus does, though, let's be honest.
Right, we knew that was going to happen. But
Hanging off.
so really, it's all about Yuri, what Yuri rolls there.
I'm just had to reload for some reason. But it's not doing my update now. Alright, so what am I rolling? Athletics or strength?
Athletics. Fine. All right. Well, that's average enough. So yeah, I mean, you can tell that some of you are definitely like lifting more than others. As like Snodulus is standing there with one hand on it, like I'm helping, and
I feel like I'm grabbing it and you're carrying me too.
Yeah, your feet are dangling off the ground.
Yeah.
And Hector also just seems to be like he just can't grasp the hang of like picking this up and like bumping into his shins, and it's just like not working. But you guys managed to drag this thing through the forest or through the jungle for quite a ways, and it's early in the morning, and there's still like a lot of fog in the jungle, and already at this time you hear the sounds of all those birds and stuff, and you see some larger ones that are kind of like making big shadows, and you can hear crashing noises in the canopy above, and you also hear the sounds of like monkeys in the distance howling away. But yeah, it's all in all, it probably takes you a good hour into the morning, and you guys are kind of all getting a little tired as you make your way towards the coast. You can kind of see, like, through the trees, you can see the Bay of Derma. And as you're dragging this massive log through the trees and underbrush, and you hear branches snapping and Hector bitching about the log bumping into his kneecaps. And as you kind of approach the edge of the water, in the distance you see some sort of movement, and all of a sudden you hear this like massive splash in the water up ahead.
Snodulus doesn't like that sound.
What the fuck was that?
And this is where we'll bring Meglar in. So Meglar, you get off the ship, you and Sodaj, and you hear this crashing noise coming through the jungle, and you look up, and here's the travelers coming through, dragging a log through the forest. And the travelers, as you guys kind of approach the beach area, you see Meglar and this man who just fell into the water, and he's standing up, pulling himself up onto the beach. In the distance, about 100 yards off from the shore, you see a small sloop kind of just anchored in the bay.
Is that fucking Meglar?
Snodlets can't see anything from underneath the log.
He's right there. Over there. I'm like nodding with my head.
All I see.
Anyone can answer that can see.
You guys all see him.
He's a traitor, I told you. He's over here with the slaves.
He looks like he fell in the water. How the hell did he get here? You just continue walking over to him.
Do I see them?
Yes, you see them crashing, dragging this log through the jungle, and Sodaj gets up out of the water and he goes, who the hell are you? So you guys look over and you see this man. He's probably in his early 50s. He's kind of got this like long, greasy black hair with bits of white kind of like dashed throughout it. His clothes look simple. Definitely, he looks pretty dirty. He's got like a kind of a cloak over his back. His hood is down, and he's soaked to the bone. He's human. He doesn't look like he's the most well nourished sort of man. And he stops and he freaks out when he sees you guys coming through the forest, and he kind of like ducks down and cowers, and he's like, "Stay back!"
Relax, Sodaj. I know these folks.
Oh, well, that's good because I don't. And he kind of like makes his way back towards you and expecting you to go out and protect him.
I don't think these guys will attack you.
Well,
You're good.
Should you go say something to them? Because I don't know these guys.
Very well.
I kind of need to get past here to get to my stash if you want to get paid.
Right. Well, hello there, fellas. It's been a while.
Did you finally get over your illness?
Yep, I'm over it.
Snodlets honestly doesn't remember who this is.
What happened?
Well, it turns out this Dungeon Donuts was a very shitty young coffee shop. I went over there to confront the owner, but he wasn't there. But then I ran into this guy here. Everybody, this is Sodaj.
Sodaj?
He kind of like nods to you guys and he says, "Hello, everybody. Sodaj, nice to meet you." And he kind of like, he looks nervous. Like you see him kind of like looking left, looking right over his shoulder.
Why are you looking all squirrely, Sodaj?
Just, I don't know you people. You could be bandits, and I don't have a lot of things to do. But my new friend Meglar here, he spoke highly of you, most of you, that is. But
how did you meet Meglar?
Oh, Mr. Meglar here. I'm kind of an entrepreneur, you'd say, and I offered Mr. Meglar here some goods in return for safe passage across the Azure to Causature, where I'm going to give Mr. Meglar here my ship, and I am going to just live my life out in Grimsby, hiding from. We won't go into details. I don't wish to bore you. And again, he kind of like looks over his shoulder.
When he says he's giving Meglar his ship, I like eyebrows go up. Hmm? This ship, and I point out in the bay.
The ship is in very bad condition.
Well, it's not in bad condition. It's seen a little bit of wear, but it's still a fair trade, right?
Is it sinking as we speak?
Make a perception check.
Holy shit!
So, Vitoris, you kind of look out and you squint your eyes for a little bit, and you start to think to yourself, like, are those like teeth marks? And you look in the back, and like the top railing is completely missing, and the boat is like splintered, and there's like giant like a bunch of planks that are kind of ripped off the top deck. And Sodaj looks over at you, and he's like, "That, if don't stare too hard. If you like squint your eyes a little bit and you just put a little paint here, like it'll look just like new. But so you must be the travelers, I take it.
What the hell happened to it?
No, nothing. We ran into some trouble on the sea, but hey, but I don't need this now. So you guys are all welcome to take this. I'm just gonna head off to Grimsby, but.
How close is the goblin guy? Did she ditch us after we got to the water?
Yeah, you look back and she's just standing there like dumbfounded, like what's going on right now. She doesn't look scared, but she's like just standing on the edge of the water with you. And even Barnum is standing there just like what did I get myself into?
Yeah, I just lean over to the dude and be like, these goblins captured us. Now we gotta do them a favor. So, if you go through there, I hope you know your way to the camp.
Oh, well, I do know my way past the camp. I've never been to the goblins. In fact, I've never seen a goblin before.
Yeah, well, I'm
now.
not saying you want to go to the goblins. I'm saying the goblins will find you and bring you to their camp. So avoid their camp at all costs.
Well, yeah, I just follow the coast. I'll just make my way around the coast and find my friends in Grimsby, and I'm just gonna stay there.
You have friends in Grimsby?
Oh, yeah. My friend Margaret lives here. She was friends with my late wife, and I'm thinking about starting a new life here in Grimsby. It's kind of a good place to live if you don't want to be found, if you know what I mean.
What are you hiding from?
Snodlers doesn't understand. What are you running from?
Well, that's an awful lot of questions, don't you think, Meglar? Like
Barnum,
I think.
Barnum, aren't you from Grimsby?
Yes, I am from Grimsby, and I don't know this gentleman.
What about the people he's mentioning?
Margaret. There is some Margaret in town. Yes. But Grimsby is a place that welcomes all. I myself come from Cordova, and people come from all over. All are welcome. It's definitely a life that is not easy to live, like as if you were living in one of the cities. But
do you want to show him the way back, and we'll try to tell this goblin people that we'll take care of this?
As long as our goblin host here does not interpret this as a bad sign and decide to raid our peaceful little village.
Well, yeah, we'll figure this out. Since, our companion somehow found us, maybe it's a good sign. And then maybe she'll allow you to go with him, since we're trading you for him. You know what I mean? Well,
that's a marvelous idea. And so he looks over at the goblin lady, and he's like, yeah. Does this sound good? Do we have an accord? And she's like, well, any help I can get. And but she looks at Meglar, and she looks a little bit like nervous, and she's like, but he is an orc. Can we trust him?
Don't ask Yuri.
Absolutely
trustworthy
not.
enough.
He's only half an orc.
Well, she says, I do suppose that ship there looks much better than the ship that we have. So,
it's seen better days.
Oh, well, it's fine with me. We would just really like to get the chief's wife back, and our
I'm
friends,
just concerned with their well-being. Are they going to get bothered by goblins on the way back? And is the village going to be how you say
safe from goblin attack?
Yeah.
Yes. We have lived peacefully with our neighbors for at least 50 years now.
Oh, well, fuck.
We're peaceful goblins. We don't.
Why the hell did you capture us?
We never attacked. Well, we didn't capture you. It was more like
what?
We escorted you to ask for your help.
It pretty much was like, give me that razor beast you killed, and you're coming with us.
Goblins gotta eat.
That was a textbook kidnapping.
You're still gonna help us, right? She starts like backing up a little bit into the jungle.
Yes.
Don't worry.
As long as you keep your promise and show us where the razor beasts are so we could bring stuff back.
Chief Urk is good. He's a goblin of his word.
That's strange to hear. But I'm sure so is that orc over there, the half orc, is a good person. So I hear you.
So I grant you safe passage, human and other human.
Watch out for the birds.
I don't know if this was an even trade. Sorry, man, burn 'em. We'll see you back at the hunter's camp.
So Sodaj turns to Meglar and he's like, Mr. Meglar, it was a pleasure and thank you for helping me out back there. I'll never forget this. If you ever need a friend or a place to stay, come find me in Grimsby. And it was a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm sure. And then he.
How about that stash?
Oh well, if you'd like that stash, yeah. I mean, I can show you where it is, and I can split some stuff with you.
All right.
So
we'll need...
So you stash?
Yes, Mr. Meglar and I had a little bit of an arrangement. It's rather personal, but.
Oh, really?
It does seem like you are pressed for time, so should I just run off and get this for you, Meglar, or perhaps maybe you'd come with me?
Sure,
What
I'll
is he
come along
talking
with
about,
you.
Meglar?
Just some deal that we made. I mean, I did technically save him a few times, but he's also saved me 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he save
What
you more than you saved him?
Exactly was the deal. You save his life, you get this.
I
You
get
save
that,
his
and
life,
I
you
get
a
that
vote.
pretty beat up ship. Although I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Well, it'll serve its purpose.
Oh, she'll hold up all right.
Well, Meglar, you gonna get your shit after, or we gonna wait for you?
Oh, if it will take less than a day,
Less
then
than
yeah,
a
we
day?
can wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it should only take a little while. My
All right, yeah, let's go get it now.
my stash is right down the trail here, so.
You want us to join you?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
It is very dangerous.
I
in
think
these
we
woods.
should just go with them.
This is not
I
my
don't-
first time here. I've traveled back and forth from Grimsby to Seaton several times.
Do you know they have tigers here?
I've never
Leopard.
seen tigers or leopards.
Or lions.
All right, let's just go. Let's make this quick.
Yeah, hurry up. We got some goblins to go save.
Oh yes, yeah, sure. And you look at he like looks all like squirrely, and he's like, Meglar, follow me.
Hey, coming.
All right, so Meglar and him, they kind
I
of
want to follow behind.
okay, they head off down the trail. Are you gonna like stealthily follow, or you're just like blatantly following? Okay, so we're gonna roll against you there. Let's see.
I guess Nautilus is going to stay back
Oh.
with the log.
I'm gonna ask. What is the goblin's name?
Welp.
Well, I'm gonna ask her if she wants us to. I guess we're taking the ship now. Does she want us to take the log back while they go do their shit, or does she want us to leave it here?
So she looks at you. She's like, "Well, there's at least 30 of our comrades have been abducted. I mean, maybe you might need to take this canoe with us. Maybe we should take both ships."
Maybe we should sink Meglar's ship and just roll with our canoe, or whatever it is.
I sort of like chuckle to myself and also like inadvertently whack you around the back of the head with an oar, like the back and the front. A little foam.
None of you fuckers have a sense of humor.
It's assuming it doesn't sink sitting here. She's in rough shape right now.
Yeah. I don't think that ceiling's going to handle much of a wave, let alone a raid.
Maybe we should take the canoe just in case.
We could take both, maybe.
Hopefully, well, if nothing else, hopefully we can like just lash it to the side. So slash some ropes, but.
So I just want to get this straight. Did we just like sell Barnum for somebody else? Like trade him?
No,
In
Barnum.
our party per se, like we said, Barnum. How about you go back to town? We'll take Meglar with us instead of taking Barnum with us. Pretty much what happened.
Oh,
So Barnum. Go ahead.
that's fair trade.
Barnum and Sodaj. Well, once him and Meglar are done, they're going to head back to Grimsby, and then the travelers will be together again.
Aw.
Even though Meglar's a fucking traitor.
All right, so Sodaj is kind of like scurrying down the trail, and Boston, you can tell like he knows where he's going. He's been here before. He's like zipping through this trail, and like he's ducking under these branches. But he keeps looking over his shoulder, and he spots you like following him, and it has, as you kind of like are outed by him, he stops, looks at you, and he just keeps on going. After that, like, you know, he's aware that you're following him, but he's pretty quick as he's kind of like dipping and dodging through this small game trail that kind of goes along the edge of the bay, kind of like in a southwestern arc. A little ways in, though, he kind of like darts off this trail into the jungle, and he just looks over back at both Meglar and Vasid, and he's like, "Well, I mean, I'm not gonna need this stash anymore, so it's fine. You guys can see this." And so he walks over and like picks up a half a log, and as he picks it up, you see it's all hollowed out, and there's another the other half of the log is got all these like satchels in there. They're like tied up bags, and he picks these 2 bags up, and he starts going through them, and you see a couple of these jars. So he hands these 4 small jars over to Meglar. He goes, as promised, Meglar, and here's the gold that I promised you too. And he hands you over a coin purse, Meglar. And the gold, the gold is 325 gold. But as you grab this gold and you go to put that with the rest of your coins, you notice that your coin purse is actually missing. So what money you had before is all gone.
So Meglar turns right to Yuri. Suspicious.
We're very far away from Yuri.
I'm still back. Remember, I was just talking to
Yeah, you're not near Yuri.
Snodlers,
Yeah.
and them. I'm not even near
It's
you.
just Sodaj, Meglar, and Vasid in the jungle.
I thought I had a shitload of gold. What the fuck happened to it?
And he's like, well, Meglar, we did get jumped, remember?
Oh, yeah. You're gonna have to tell me about that gang, too, that attacked us.
You got attacked by a gang? Where?
That was back at the East City, back at Salt Marsh.
Salt Marsh? Didn't we leave you
That's
in
where we
Seaton?
Seaton. That's what it is, Seaton.
It must have hit your head real hard.
Snodlers gets confused by all those names too.
And then you notice, actually, when you say that, Vasid, you happen to look at his head, Meglar's head, and he has like a pretty big gash still kind of healing up on his head. And you kind of get a closer look, and you realize like there's a lot of dried blood on his clothes.
Damn, Meglar, you look like you got your ass beat.
Yeah.
What the hell did you get into?
Well, I did defend Sodaj a few times, or attempted
From what?
to.
Like, were you guys at fucking, javelin fishing and someone fucking made fun of your fucking shoes or something? Like, what the fuck?
Well, if you must know, Sodaj is a bit of a fool.
What? I thought we were friends.
Well, you did get involved with gangs. Just saying.
Well, I didn't
What?
get. Okay, so
You weren't involved with the pirates, were you?
no. I'm not one of those sort of people. Like I didn't get involved with any gangs. I have had a past of history of gambling problems, and I may have borrowed some money from some dangerous people, and I had a hard time paying it back. And then I borrowed some more money, and I may have lost that money at the casino ship. And yes, well, this is kind of what happened. I know it's a horrible, like, train wreck of tragedies, one after another. Then I lost my family, and you don't need to hear all about me, but
You're correct. I don't.
so I'd say that we're even now, right, Meglar? Here, take my gold and take this, and he hands the sacks of jars to you. And
Oh,
All right,
so
fair enough.
you're familiar with the shady dealings, right?
shady dealings, like what kind
Well,
of?
I mean,
shady-
you're coming here for a reason, so you're worried about someone finding you.
Well, if you must know, I'm.
You don't have to tell me. I just was wondering if you heard things like who the slavers sell people to.
I don't know anything about slavers. I know there's an orc slave camp on this island, but I don't go anywhere near those. I have come to the bay before, and I've only sailed to the western shore, and I've sailed to Grimsby before a few times. This is where my wife had met Margaret, but I don't know anything about these slavers. But I do tell you, if you ever go to Liara, stay away from the Masaldis in Mayford Harbor. Don't follow my path, and stay away from that family. Dangerous business. And another thing, what you should do is
Liarders?
try not to gamble. Don't go to the casino ship and gamble all of your family fortune away, because you'll end up like me.
I was not only referring to the slavers here, but I mean out around. You seem like you've sailed around for a while around the islands.
I've sailed from Liara to Causature to Seaton.
So you had to have run into people that have purchased slaves.
I've never seen any slaves, but I've run into mostly fishermen out on the sea.
Okay. Don't let me take up any more time. Thank you for, I guess, saving this genius.
And at that, he looks to Meglar and he holds out his hand and he shakes your hand, Meglar, and he says, I bid you farewell, Meglar. You were a friend when I needed a friend, and safe travels to you and your friends.
You too. And stay away from those gangs if you want to survive.
Well, this is why I'm. Never mind. And he just turns around and heads off out into the jungle, like along the trail back towards. Actually, no. He's got to go
Meglar.
back and get Barnum.
Meglar
so-
just kind of shakes his
Yeah.
head. He goes,
Oh, so we all got to go back, right?
yeah.
Because he's got to go back with Barnum.
Yeah, he's gonna go back and walk with you guys back towards the beach. So if there's anything else you want to speak to them in private before you guys rendezvous back with the rest of the group.
No, I mean I can't. That's all the information I could think of right at the moment to ask this guy that's with Meglar. We could talk with Meglar when he's not around.
All right, so so you guys make your way back there, and Sodaj looks over at Barnum. He says, "Are you ready to make our trip?" And Barnum just kind of bids everybody else farewell, and again he says, "Well, thank you, travelers. I will give word to the people of Grimsby that you are on a mission to get us the Razor Hog, and your names will go down in the history books of Grimsby. That is for sure."
As long as we can pull
We'll be honored.
Sorry about your companion.
Yes, we will have a proper funeral for her when we return. Thank you all. And he heads off on the trail with Sodaj.
Nautilus doesn't remember who that person was.
Who was?
Barnum?
Honestly, any of them.
That
Yeah,
one is Meglar. He's an orc. Half human orc. He is part of the Travelers. He drank some Dunkin' Dungeon Donuts and shit his pants for 2 months. That guy over there is his friend. He's leaving now.
Nautilus remembers the crappy one. I do not
All right.
remember the others.
That other guy there, Barnum, as he's walking away, he is the Hunters Guild leader.
Nautilus
He was
remembers
lost.
some of this coming back. Nautilus was also kind of not here.
He was lost.
Yeah,
We found him when we got captured.
he fought the Razor Hog with us, didn't he?
Negative. He was at the
Nautilus
camp.
did.
So you guys got captured, huh?
You could say that. Again, they don't say that. They said we weren't captured.
They say we were honored guests, but if honor means escorted by spear tip.
They have weapons on you, forcing you to do something.
No, not so much. Just they forced us back to their camp, and then we agreed to help free.
How did they force you?
And they stole our hog.
Because there was like 100 of them, bro. They're like everywhere.
Stole your hog.
Yeah, we killed this giant razor hog thing. It's cool as hell. You'll get to see one later.
All right, let's get the ship on the road. How good is your ship here? Let's go swim to it and see what we got.
What, my
Or
slow?
walk, whatever we got to do. Let's get to it.
I wouldn't count on it, but you could take a look.
So this is
Oh,
where
heck, that's good, Steven.
Whelp is at the back of the canoe, and she says, take good care of this, and we hope to see you and all of our friends soon. I will return here tonight. I'll be waiting for you guys.
Quick
We
question.
should be back tonight? Question mark in my head.
I hope so, unless you decide you don't wish to help the peaceful goblins of Causature.
What if we die? Is all I'm saying.
Nautilus thinks that's a valid question.
We will sing songs of your greatness.
Thanks. Guess.
Nautilus isn't sure that songs are good.
I just drink some of my gourd.
Maybe we'll get a holiday.
Didn't know it would come at such a high price.
What is this holiday you speak of?
Grimm's Day?
What is Grimm's Day?
It's a holiday in the Hunter's Village.
No.
It's like the founding of
Wait.
the town anniversary.
Wait. Nautilus is confused. Are you telling me that your people just eat hogs all the time, and yet there was complaints that once a year they were fought, and that was too often?
We don't have holidays in our tribe. You human tribes are very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Well, make haste if you wish to get to the camp before it's too late.
Making haste.
All right.
Rowing this half-assed canoe to the fucking boat.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
Let's go get this bitch in the water.
Yeah, so you guys push the log through the mud and out into the water, and it floats. It's a big log, and it's sitting in the water. So yeah, you guys all hop in, and yeah, the small ship is kind of floating there. You can see it. It's a good 100 yards off the shore, and it doesn't take you too long to paddle the log canoe out to it. And as you guys get closer, you see a whole bunch of battle scars on the small ship. Like I said, it's got like a bunch of planks missing, and as you kind of like board onto it. Oh, actually, you know what? Scratch that too. You also saw a rowboat. So Meglar and Sodaj, they sailed a small rowboat from the sloop onto the shore. So
Okay.
I'm sure you guys probably decided somebody would want to bring that with you.
Yeah.
Just because I forgot to mention that. But yeah, so you guys get back up onto this sloop, and you look at it's pretty beat up. There's a lot of blood all over the deck, and you even see some scales on the deck.
Jesus, what the hell happened here, Meglar?
We were attacked by shark riders.
I
I took out the riders.
I look at Kolos. What the hell's a shark rider?
That's new to me. We've never ridden the sharks. Like literal, like merfolk or Salgan on top of a shark, riding the shark.
Yep.
Is that what it was, Meglar?
Yep, Sahaugans.
Oh, so you were attacked by Sahaugan?
Mm-hmm. I took out both of the riders, but those sharks really fucked us up. But Sodaj got us right onto the shore, no problem. I thought for sure I was a goner.
Where'd you get attacked?
They got right on shore, like right on shore.
Where was the
Like
attack?
the halfway point from Seaton to Causature.
Do you remember anything of the attack besides them just attacking, like lights or anything?
No, not really.
Nothing memorable? He didn't say, I'm gonna kill you, and then tell him his whole evil plan?
They never spoke to me at all. I killed them.
That would have been
Sharks
cool if
don't
it was
talk.
like that Scooby-Doo evil thing where they tell you the plan because they got you where they want you,
Well,
and then you could tell us after you win.
I've never heard of shark talk. Have you, Kolos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do talk. Huh?
That didn't work out exactly how you thought.
There's
one thing I do
there's
remember.
certain people that can speak to sharks and have them talk back.
We're on the ship, right? The little.
Yeah, you guys are on the little ship, and it looks.
I want to look around it. Is there any like wooden planks to like patch it up enough to where we could get to where we gotta go?
Yeah, so you kind of like look around, and downstairs there's a small one like bedroom little cabin area, and then there's a small like storage hold, and you see like as you kind of like look around that there's a whole bunch of planks that were like nailed and boarded up inside the lower decks, and there's even some water kind of like trickling through, and you definitely can tell that you're taking on water slowly. So
Do you think with the amount of ship deck work I did in the recent times, I'd be able to patch some of this up while we're taking this little bit of respite on this boat?
yeah, I'm
Enough
sure.
to stop the water.
I'm sure you guys can kind of look around and make do with whatever other like little pieces of scrap wood that Sodaj had to repair his boat. But you for the most part it's seaworthy, but you guys can tell that this is definitely a pretty big attack that almost took the ship out.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, am I able to make it so where this boat isn't going to sink at all?
Yeah, I mean, in time, it's probably can be fixed as good as new. But at the moment, you can probably fix it up enough to where, it's still going to be taking on water, but not like at a rapid pace. It's not going to go down in 30 minutes.
So I'll be able to patch enough to where it's not going to sink on us just sitting here while we're doing our shit.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm trying to get.
Because there's probably not enough of the proper tools and things on the deck to really seal it up good. But
yeah, I wasn't expecting like full on fix the whole thing. Just like enough to where we know it's not going to sink on us, so we have a way back across the water or to wherever we got to go when we're
yeah. Like I said, just by looking at it, you can tell that Sodaj did some work to like keep it afloat and get to the point where they ended up.
Would I be able to add a little bit more, or would that be sufficient enough what he did to keep it from sinking?
No, I could definitely would think that you would take a little bit of time, a good half hour or so, just to look around and try to patch into the spots that he might have missed. But like I said, it's still probably going to be leaking a little bit, but
it's just not going to sink on us right away.
Yeah, right.
Is it smaller than the Ghost?
Yeah, it's smaller than the Sea Ghost.
So it's more like a personal yacht?
It's
yeah,
like a sloop.
yeah. It's a one sail. It's probably only see if I wrote down the length.
Just picture like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, like if maybe a little bit.
I would think our ship is like the medium ship, and the sloop is the sloop.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So it's probably
Okay.
only like 20 to 30 feet long. You know, it's only from what you can tell, like it was him and his family on this little sailing ship, but it's definitely bigger than a rowboat or anything like that. You know.
Gotcha.
Like we'd actually be able to take this out on the open water without fucking dying if it was in good condition. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you're not
theoretically,
gonna take
just,
a rowboat in the middle of fucking the open sea. You
I
know
was
what
just wanting a scale because you mentioned going downstairs. There was a bedroom and like a small storage room.
Yeah.
I was thinking when you mentioned like when he was talking about being a merchant, I thought, well, maybe it's roughly the size of the ship we have now, but this sounds more like a yacht than it does.
It's more of like a like a 3-man sort of ship, like a fishing boat. But it's probably big enough for the 7 of you guys to like travel around, but not big enough for you guys are going to want to spend any significant amount of time on the ship. Not like the Sea Ghost, you know. But if you wanted to like sail around, island hop, it's definitely a usable ship.
How big's the storage room?
It's probably only like 15 by 15 foot area, and you kind of look around and there's some broken glass jars down there and a few like burlap sacks. There's not a whole lot of like supplies down there. There was bits of wood and nails and planks and things like that, but most of that you can tell has been put up onto the.
What's the exact
Under
square
the hull.
footage of the boat?
You want the.
I'm just joking. Let's
I know.
I'd also like a full inventory of everything on board.
All right, so it's a little boat, and it's slowly leaking, and you guys are kind of sitting on there, and at the same point you see bits and pieces of Sahaugen warriors that were ripped apart on the deck.
Well, while Vossen is going through trying to do what repairs he can, I'll try and, clean the top of the deck off. If there's some water in the bottom of the hold, try to get as much as that out as I can.
Sure.
I'm also going to help patch you the best I can with mending and also just carpentry skills, such as they are.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely like spend a little bit of time to get this thing going. You have the log kayak or the log canoe in tow, and the little rowboat dinghy behind the skiff as well.
Snoddlers uses minor illusion to make it look like he is patching holes.
Nah.
I just kick the chunks of Sahaugen off the side of the boat. Then use prestidigitation to clean the blood spots.
I'm assuming after we get this patched up, we're gonna sail her closer in so we can get across this fucking water.
Yeah, because it's a few miles, and you can see like the smoke from like where the orc camp is on the other side of the bay.
Like, can we see the orc camp from the bay?
Not really. I mean, like
Or is it
vaguely,
inland?
because like 2 miles on the sea, you can see pretty far, but like you can't really make out. You can see like a blob of the area of it is, because you kind of look to the west of it and east of it, and there's not a whole lot there. It's a lot of open like plains, and then in the distance you can see these like really tall mountains in the background. And then kind of like to your west, you're looking out and you see the massive volcano that kind of looms over the whole island. But it's not like close enough yet to where you can like see details. But
Mm-hmm. Look at the goblin and point at the volcano. So what's the deal with that?
the goblin stayed back on the beach. Or
Okay,
whatever. She's not going on
no
her
one
ship.
on here. All right, never mind. I thought she was going to show us where the goblin camp was, or the camp was. So she was just guiding us to the water.
Yeah.
All right, I thought she was guiding us on the other side.
I don't know. It's
No, we're on our own there.
boats are forbidden for the goblins, so that's what she was like. I do not want to be seen on a ship by an orc
Oh, all right,
because
all right, all right.
bad shit will happen.
Did she give us like the basic. This is where they are offshore, kind of.
Yeah, like I said, you can see across the shore, like roughly where the camp is.
Okay. So we'll just, I guess, who's sailing this fucking rig? Where's fucking Meglar?
I got it.
Hell yeah.
All right, so Meglar's on the wheel. Perfect.
I'm doing my normal deckhand shit, running around, getting sail ready.
So where are we heading to?
What have you been asleep this whole time?
Dungeon Donuts.
What the fuck? We're going over there, and I point across the water towards the fucking the orc camp, the orc slaver camp.
Oh, so we're actually gonna be fighting these guys, huh?
Well, I mean, we're gonna go and see what's going on. They got the fucking goblin queen, and there's other shit we gotta find out. You know, this whole Sahaugen business may be getting slaves from there.
Maybe.
maybe.
Oh my god!
Don't forget, guys, we gotta save Grimsday too. That's probably not gonna
that's
happen.
the whole. No, don't say that. Grimsday's a special day.
It's the holiest of days.
If we save this goblin queen, princess, or whatever the hell she is, he's going to let us know where some razor beasts are, so we can save Grimsday, and we may have a chance of finding out what the fuck's going on with this whole Dagon shit.
The next time that the goblins are around, though, I swear to God, fireball might be first.
It would have been so much easier just to fireball them before.
Maybe we can kill another razor hawk.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, so you guys are headed across the bay. It's super easy water to sail in, so Meglar has no problem. He's feeling like a boss up on that wheel.
It's like a kid in a bathtub with his fucking toy boat.
But you guys look around, and not only do you see that big volcano, but like you start noticing the shoreline that goes around the bay is like these really steep cliffs. You know, it's a good like 40-foot like sheer rock cliffs that go all the way around. And as you get a little bit closer, you get like halfway across the bay, and you can start seeing a little bit more of the camp comes into sight. But off to your east, you start noticing these large rocks that are kind of like just outside the mouth of the bay, and they kind of jut out from the water, and they're covered in moss, and you can see the what looks like the remnants of a crashed ship that is kind of like the front of the hull is kind of sticking out of the water. They must have hit a storm or had a hard time trying to get into the bay of Causature. But as you get a little bit closer, now you can see the full size of this encampment, and it's fairly large. It has a large stockade fence kind of around it. There's several docks that are jutting out from the shoreline at the base of it. Two large guard towers kind of overlook the entrance of this thing. Out where those docks are, kind of right at the base of the camp, there is several ships. They kind of look like almost like I guess you'd say like Viking ships. You know, they're like those long ships. And also just at the same docks, you see another large ship. This is a very wealthy looking ship. It's got a lot of gold inlay. It's very, very regal looking. And as you kind of get a little bit closer, you can see on these massive flags, it's a hammer and a left hand on these flags. And a couple of dwarves you can see kind of walking on deck. So you guys are close enough where you can see, like I said, like people on ships, and you can see the camp. But
so this camp is like off, like literally in the bay, like off the bay.
Yes, it's like right
like
on the bay.
Docks and stuff and shit.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So it's not like a little fucking hidden thing. It's literally like stop and shop fucking slaves.
Basically, yeah.
You just swim by your boat, grab what you want. See you later. 2 for 1 today.
Yeah. So in the distance,
do we
you
notice any of the flags from the pirates
no. So
or any of the ships that we've noticed?
So
you know what I mean?
definitely the ships that you see that you can kind of assume are the orc ships. They look more crude, and they have they're like the Viking ships. They have long oars sticking out the sides of them. And then the large dwarven ship that is nothing you've seen before either, especially with the symbol of the hammer and with the left hand.
Meglar's curiosity. What kind of pirates did you guys run into?
A whole island of pirates, Meglar. An island.
Curious.
Secret island, also.
A secret island. That's very curious.
Why is that curious, Meglar?
I've heard of a pirate that's
Who?
trying to control all of these seas. I've never met him, but I've heard of him. He goes by the Butcher.
You know of the Butcher.
I know of the Butcher.
I have seen his warship.
Yeah, I heard he was a very ruthless son of a bitch.
Yeah,
did not take any prisoners.
Yeah, it says he's killed 10 men at once. That's one of the stories I heard in the bar when we were there, right, Yuri? Yuri?
What about the butcher?
Yeah, remember in the bar when we were drinking with fucking our
Govak.
Govak?
I also heard he controls a lot of crimes that go on these waters.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but when we were there, we got some insider info on the pirates' happenings. We know what pirate captains work in what sea. In what area. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll give you the itinerary when we get back to the house.
All right.
The itinerary.
We'll give you all the backlog there. But yes, that's one of the things, the pirates. I don't know if you know any of them. You know of a Shiv and Sea Mist?
I do not.
Sea Mist the Black? I mean, have you heard of Govak?
I have not.
He was in Seaton when we were there. What about Argent? You had to have heard of Argent.
It has been a while. This sickness has really done a lot to me.
Pissing out your ass does that to you.
Yeah, wait till you meet Govak. He's our people.
I tell you, that's one
He's our people.
crazy pirate. Anyway, so how are we approaching this, boys?
Snoddlers.
I mean, we're on our ship, you know.
Snoddlers would have no problem doing the diplomatic.
The old, we're here to buy some slaves, wink, wink.
Yeah.
How about that, Yuri? We're here to be pirates again, huh?
I think
we need some slaves for our ships.
I think we should just bust up in there and handle these.
Yuri, look at this. And I'm like waving over the docks. I'm like, going in here with guns blazing, I don't think it's the best idea. I mean, if we got to shank a mother trucker, then we got to shank a mother trucker.
We can do it your way. I
just don't think it'd be very smart to go in there and just start slaughtering these people when we don't really know who are the true bad guys. You know what I mean?
We need to find the slaves is what we need to do. So
I agree. So how are we gonna? Any other suggestions to do that? I guess. What was that, Hector?
Says, I mean, going and setting up ourselves as a potential buyer seems like our best bet.
Do you guys want me to do the talking?
Already volunteered, but
I mean,
oh my God, Yuri, that was a good one.
Maybe I shouldn't.
I mean, you are the type that would, I guess, get pirate or slaves. So, I mean, I don't care.
I never
Sounds
got
like a
along.
good job for you, Yuri.
I never got along with orcs anyway.
It worked out well when we talked to Govac. So, what can go wrong here?
That's
Anyone
true.
else? No.
Snautilus is okay with that. Snautilus likes that idea.
It's better than dying at the gate.
Why would we die? Why would we die at the gate? Who's gonna kill us?
He's talking about if we charge.
Oh no! I know.
Yeah.
That plan's off the table. We're not gonna run in and try to just murder people. now we're deciding. Who would be the best fit to do the buy-in. Yuri's the man, I guess.
That's
not
probably not
Rosie's.
going to be well. Let's do it.
You're more than welcome to do it.
Nope.
Why not?
Because I'll say the wrong thing.
Well, why?
And I look at Yuri, and you're gonna say the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm going to be
right,
probably
okay.
too prim and proper or something like that, and they're not
okay.
going to like me.
I
So
go.
why don't we let Meglar do it since he's
Oh,
his race?
yeah. Maybe we'll get a discount because he's an orc.
A half orc.
Half price.
Half discount. Yes.
So how many slaves are we going to say we want?
25.
And 25 slaves.
Wait, what do you want, Yuri?
How many slaves are we saying we need?
Well, Snautilus we need to be careful with this. Snautilus thinks we have to be careful because
Yeah.
with the specific slaves, we need to have very specific criteria.
Yes, we need a hot, perhaps royal slave.
Perhaps Snautilus thinks it would be best if it were for a sacrifice.
We need a royal sacrifice.
Female,
That doesn't sound crazy to any of you. You guys just gonna sit there and stare at the wall?
Maybe we could tell them we need them for bait.
No, I go
razor
with
hog.
the royal sacrifice.
Do they know they have? I don't know if you'd call him royalty, but a royal goblin. Did we ever get a description of his wife?
They have the queen, don't they?
Yeah, they have. I'm pretty sure they know who the Goblin Queen is.
Hmm.
They might not give a shit.
Well, exactly. They might not care that she's the Goblin Queen.
Do we have the coin?
Yes.
How much do slaves go for?
I'm assuming it depends on their breed or their pedigree or whatever the hell you call it.
We'll give them half of what they ask for.
Especially if they're Goblin. And I nudge Yuri. Either way,
So
that sounds good.
Meglar's doing the talking. We're agreed.
Meglar, are you?
Yep, I'll do the
And
talk.
We're gonna say we need a sacrifice, a queen sacrifice.
Queen
I don't know.
sacrifice.
I don't know if we should say we need like royalty or queen or anything like that, because how do we know goblin hierarchy?
We could.
Or how about we just say we want to see their stock?
That's
and
what I
maybe
was
we'll
just
see it.
about to
There
say.
you go.
Yeah, it sounds better.
We're interested in buying.
Wait,
But we want to
wait.
see the goods.
Snautilus thought of something. Snautilus, don't we have a necklace from them that we can try to lure and see how they look? Perhaps Snautilus thinks they will be more interested if they're from the same camp.
Wait, who had the goblin necklace?
I did, but that's not an idea that's going to happen. That'll
What?
stay safely in my bag
Why?
because it's not anything to barter with.
I'm not saying trade it.
All right.
Snautilus wasn't recommending trading. It was we were trying to see their response and figure out who is the one that we need to take back.
Yes. Will
Okay.
all of the goblins freak out when they see that pendant?
Isn't that just the pendant of their whole tribe?
Well, if she is, well, I mean, there might be. If they're goblins on this island, the chances of from being that tribe are
Pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
okay. Either way, we need to get this. We should not make these people wait. Burning some daylight.
All right, come on. Let's go, Meglar. Grab your javelin. Let's do this.
Whatever.
I go over to Meglar and I like put my hands on his shoulders, kind of like slap him on his shoulders. I go, "You got this, buddy," and I'm gonna cast enhance ability on him for Eagle's Splendor.
I take a giant swig of my gourd, knowing we're going into madness.
Let the madness begin.
So we're
And I'm gonna sit on deck and do some meditating and praying before we get off the fucking boat to go do this.
so we're trying to go for we're trying to purchase slaves, is what you're saying?
Yes, that's the cover at least.
Well, that's the
All right.
cover. Yes,
Okay.
we're got two missions here. We're trying to get the Goblin Queen out of here.
I think they want us to free all of them, not just the queen.
Well, I mean, the Queen's the most important. And
Free all the slaves.
well, sure, free all the slaves. And got to find out, or try to find out, who they're selling slaves to that might be sacrificing them to Dagon. Or names of people that they're selling them to, so we could find those people to find out if they're what they're doing.
It's not only sinks that will be hauled.
And what slaves they're selling.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, we gotta figure that out. Who, like, how we're going to figure out, or how we approach it to figure out who they're selling them to. I mean, they're probably selling to a lot of fucking people.
And if there's
Like, how do we narrow it down?
well, if there's not a ridiculous amount like an army, then we can just kill them all. If we think it's doable.
If we're gonna entertain that thought at all, we should wait for this big fucking ship to leave.
Yeah, I would not try to fight these dwarves
No, especially not the dwarves and
and
orcs.
orcs.
And also, if there's like, women and children here, I'm not down with just massacring an entire town.
Agree. Like, this is a trading port
It's
as
fucking
sorts.
Grimm's Day. It's Grimm's Day. Anything can happen on Grimm's Day. But we don't have to worry about the dwarfs. Just let me handle that if it comes to it.
Well, we'll I guess we'll just see what happens.
See if we can bring this boat in the dock and find a dock.
As long as we have an idea of what we're trying to figure out, let's try to get it done. I don't know how we're gonna figure out if they're selling them to the right people, but
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have.
but we have to figure out a way to do that, or find paperwork that shows it. Maybe they got fucking ledgers of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe there's some ledger or.
I'm sure there's
So I
a
guess
bunch of like orc accountants and stuff in there,
Yeah.
like bookkeepers. Yeah.
Yeah.
or contracts. I don't know. Yeah, I'm contracted. I need 30 slaves. You're gonna have to send me 10 at a time.
Yeah,
Contracted out every third month. You send me 10.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, so you guys got your plan. All right, you're gonna head to port now.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right.
Suck.
Yeah. All right. So you guys, Meglar easily pulls the boat up to one of the empty docks, and you're kind of like
Easily.
these docks are massive. I mean, they span well out into the sea. You can tell like the sea is pretty deep right here. As you guys pull into port, you're kind of parked parallel to the giant dwarven ship. Again, you get a kind of a better look now, and you see a bunch of well-dressed dwarven sailors, doing sailor type things on the ship, and you guys are easily at port. You're standing on your deck of your sloop, and you're at the dock. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess I gotta leave first.
Why do you have to leave first?
He's the
I'm
captain.
the one that's I'm the captain, and I'm the one that's reasoning with I'm the one that's behind the slaves.
I don't know if we're buying them, but I guess we're gonna fake buy them.
All right, so you guys are gonna like follow.
So wait, fake buy. Like,
We're gonna say we're buying slaves, and then we're just gonna look at what they have, and then figure out how we're gonna free them.
okay,
Okay.
kind of weird, but whatever.
Do you have money to buy slaves?
This is
Unfortunately,
Reconnaissance.
it was stolen from me back in Seaton.
So then that's gonna defeat the purpose of buying them if we can't afford them.
Oh, so you guys don't have gold neither, huh?
Oh no, I do.
False.
I absolutely do.
But good thought.
But I am not buying slaves.
This is more
I will
Reconnaissance.
Well,
free
you
the
guys, you're
slaves.
fake
I will not buy
buying.
them.
You're fake buying anyway. I mean,
Well, no. If I give them my money, that's buying them. Yeah, I'm not buying them.
So what's your little idea of fake buying?
Just
Well, I
ask
mean,
tests.
you don't just buy a car without test driving it, right? Or a boat without test driving it, right?
Snodlers is very confused.
We're gonna test drive. I have some
I'm
slaves.
so glad I don't have to handle this.
Holy shit.
all right. So Meglar, you get off the ship, and everybody follows in behind you, and you make your way down this long dock towards the massive stockade fence. The door is open. There's these two massive gates. This wall of this thing is probably a good 15, 20 feet high, the stockade fence. And as you kind of approach this entrance, both sides of it, you see these two massive guard towers, both with orcs standing at guard with bows drawn down to you as you kind of walk by. You enter the threshold of this open gate into this massive encampment. You see all sorts of orcs and men, women, children kind of walking about through this place. A whole bunch of orc tents and small structures. The first thing you see, though, as you kind of walk in, you see this massive pit in the ground. And it's probably a good 40 feet in diameter. And this the pit is just emanating this cloud of steam that's coming out. And on the one edge of the pit is a wooden, looks like some sort of like crane. And the crane is operated by an orc. And at the other end of the crane, there's a basket, and there's a goblin sitting inside this basket. And the orc that's working this crane is holding this goblin suspended above this pit of steam. And you can hear his cries as you guys first enter the camp. And around the outside of this pit, there's probably a good 10 or 12 orcs standing around watching, kind of like in a show, as the goblin kind of screams out in pain. Amidst the crowd of goblins, onlookers, you see several of these orcs that are riding on top of these massive birds that kind of look like ostriches. They stand probably a good 10 feet tall. They have these like massive, sharp-looking beaks to them. And they have saddles on these things, and they're kind of just like in the crowd. You can see them kind of all joking to each other and laughing and cheering on as this orc behind the wheel of this crane is just lowering this goblin into the steam and then pulling him back out. And he momentarily stops his crying as he keeps doing this back and forth motion. And as you kind of approach, one of these orcs turns around and he approaches you. And he says, welcome to our camp. Are you here for business?
We are here for business.
Perfect. Brugo is in his tent, the leader of this fine establishment. My name is Ulmug, captain of the orcs out here. I oversee the operations. What are you looking for exactly? Where can I point you?
Well, we're looking into getting some slaves.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Awesome. We could use some slaves for our ship.
How many do you need? We just got a nice shipment of 30 30 of these goblins in.
That's all you got? You got 30 goblins?
Well, you need more. Like we can get many more. It might cost you, but
How much per slave?
well, would you like to sample the goods? They run different prices depending on what kind of conditioning they have.
I look over at Yuri and nudge him. I fucking told you.
Old Mug looks over to you and he goes, "Well, maybe we should wait for Brugo, the leader on negotiations. Currently, he's down in the mine or down in the cave with another client. So I do not expect he'd like to be distracted. So how about you stay here and enjoy the show while we wait?"
Sounds good to me.
Can I throw one of them goblins in that pit?
That'll cost you.
All right, somebody pony up some coin.
Yuri.
It's a goblin.
Still murdering somebody that I don't understand you. You're not throwing a goblin
in. You guys kind of like look around. You see all these orcs, and none of them really pay you guys any attention, but they're all kind of like cheering for this savage display of, I guess, tortures or, dipping this guy into hot steam. Let me see here.
How many armored orcs are we looking at?
There's at least a dozen of them, like armored right around the pit. But you kind of look around the camp everywhere. There's a lot of people that live here. It would not be wise anybody to pull out a weapon in the middle of this camp.
I'm assuming it's like a fucking fort with ports.
Yeah, this is like the goblins on the map is just like a general representation of them, but it's not really that there's only like 6 guys in this camp, but there's a lot of people.
It's like a small village.
Yeah. Like I said, you see other, there's men, women, children. This is like a working village that happens, their currency happens to be slaves. But so while you're standing there, you also notice this large building, kind of just north of the stockade, and you see a few of these orcs kind of coming out with these giant creatures again, these ostrich-looking beasts, and they're coming out riding out of this place. So you can assume that this big oval or circular place is some sort of stable. Other than that, you guys kind of look around and you see there's lots of various of these, small little structures, tents and orc homes. Like I said, it's kind of like its own mini little community. But you don't see any other like races, that's for sure. It's all orcs up in here.
Do I see anything that looks like a slave pen?
No.
Big building. Does this look like it'd be a pen?
Nope. So you look around and you don't see anything. You don't see any slaves. You don't see any other goblins around besides the one that's in the thing that's getting tortured.
So would I think, since he referred to the other dude, Bargo, being in the cave, that's where they keep him?
Yeah, I think you could assume that. So.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to do anything, or you're just going to
cave from here?
No,
right?
you can't see this cave from here.
No, I'm just going to look on and just try not to have a disgusted look on my face.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything, or are you just going to kind of wait it out and wait for the boss man to show up?
It's not one of those things we should talk to whoever's willing to talk to us and not wait for the boss.
Okay. I'm down with that. That sounds good.
Monolith is just confused why we would wait for the boss if they're willing to deal.
I don't know. That guy over there is fucking doing the dealing. Meglar.
Okay, let's go.
Are we gonna go see the slaves?
I think my brain broke. I'm very confused.
So what are you gonna do? You don't know where the slaves are. B, the guy that runs the camp proper, like up the activities on the grounds, said you got to wait for the boss to come out. He's dealing with another.
He's in the cave or whatever.
Yeah, he's dealing with another customer. So.
I guess it made it sound like you could wait for him. That might have been just my English ability. My apologies.
Oh no, you're good.
Well, let's ask if we can see the slaves.
I think we gotta wait. Is basically what John was just clarifying.
Yeah, there's one dude who deals with, I guess, slaves in general, and we're waiting because he's trying to do another deal.
Oh.
So I just gave you the opportunity. If there's something else, I don't know, whatever you want to do. If not, it's fine. We'll just carry on.
Just make sure you got your dealing conversation going down in your brain ski.
Yeah, I'm just tracking guards, seeing who's potentially hostile, who's just a civilian, and what the general atmosphere is.
Oh yeah, perfect. I mean, you definitely see there's tends to be a lot more like civilians rather than like armed orcs walking around.
Well, we're standing here. Also, I want to look around for ways to escape out of here without running through the main gates in the guard towers.
All right, make a perception roll from where you're at. Nice. So from where you guys are standing, Vossen, you kind of notice like off to the back, you see a couple like trails sort of like through the ground, like where most of the main roads through this encampment are, and kind of like off to the northwest, past a lot of the houses, you see another large gate in the back, and you kind of like take a glimpse, and you can see the gates open, and there's like a band of orcs that are traveling north as you're kind of standing here. Outside of the city walls, or the village walls, I guess you'd say.
Hector, you got a second?
Yeah.
You still gotta.
Or like wander away.
Are we still on the dock?
No, we're inside by this fucking.
Yeah, you're by the big pit of steam that's coming out of the ground.
Okay.
We'll like wander around and like walk away from everyone and call Hector over.
What's up?
That thing that we got. Did you notice on that said map that that whatever it is on this side of the island, and it's probably north of here?
Yes.
If I'm like thinking out loud, I'm like, if on the map, relatively close to where this camp is, it shows this camp on this map. So, I mean, if we go straight north from here, it very well could be what we're looking for.
Yeah. Agree.
So, how are we gonna do this? Like, if we try to get the slaves, we're not gonna be able to come back.
What do
You know what I mean? Like right now, we're customers. They're not gonna kill us from coming in their village and doing shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's just we're friendly, neutral. We'll go neutral with these people. They're gonna let us venture in and out. We're buying shit. Should we? I mean, how long do we gotta wait? Do you think we have enough time to walk through the? Well, I mean, it's probably pretty fucking far away. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna take fucking a couple hours to get there and back.
To go up north, so he says 50 miles wide.
Right.
So it looks roughly square. So we're probably 35, 40 miles through the woods.
It's gonna take you basically
through the jungle
2 days through the jungle and to the
to get there.
Yeah, to get there.
Or you know what? Yeah, I got a better idea. Oh, no. He said this whole fucking thing. You said this whole coast is like cliff face, right?
Yeah.
Like there was no spot on here whatsoever
Not
that
from
we saw.
not from where you saw. It looked like that was one thing that kind of stood out is that there's these massive like cliff faces around the bay and also like on the outside of the island. Like you can see the mountains in the distance.
Shit.
So essentially, like around like the interior of the island is all like a gully, basically.
Hmm. So I guess Voss's internally thinking like, how the fuck can we get there without coming through here? This seems to be the only way onto this side of the island without going all the way around through whatever pass this is, as I'm pointing on, thinking to him about the mountains.
Yeah.
Like, I think that a possible, like, I don't know how you would pass that in that one section.
Right. I mean,
I think this is the only way in there, unless there's a secret under the volcano to get here. So, I mean, why would the show the pattern to there and then over to there? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was saying before. I don't know if we need to follow that path, or if that's just like, it doesn't make entirely sense. We need to follow that path. We could just go to where the X is, but X isn't, I guess, in this map.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We would find out what's between here and there. Ask the traders in town what's north of here. See if we'll get a feel for the town. See if everyone here is just all about the slave trade, or if there's only like a couple of guys that run the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we could, I guess, wander a little bit loosely and see if someone has anything about north of here.
Yeah, so we kind of, get a feel for the place.
Yeah. As we're doing this, I'm assuming we're like just kind of like wandering around like crowds of the people that live here.
Yeah, I mean they're coming and going, and like I said, mostly nobody's really paying you much attention, but you kind of look up also, and you see multiple of these guard towers, kind of like all throughout the perimeter of the encampment. You definitely see there's guards kind of watching over the whole thing, the whole grounds, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys can make your way around, kind of like talking and looking around loosely for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you guys want to do? Or do you want to go out, like, try to talk to people?
How they would see if we can find like a general goods store. I'm not sure if they.
Do all these people speak common here?
You don't hear a whole lot of common going on.
Oh, I can't talk to anybody.
Me neither.
So that's going to make it very difficult to find out anything.
I can go talk to those dwarves.
What?
I got the orcs.
Well, that's why you're the one talking.
Exactly.
Well, we'll just have to wait.
All right.
I just remembered that these people don't speak of no good goulash. You know what I mean?
All right. So a little while goes by. That's not too long. You guys are only out there for like 10, 15 minutes or so. And you see a couple like armed dwarves walking up from the north past this big stable area, accompanied by two very regal-looking dwarvish men. They both have like these big hats on, and they have these really long beards and these big shiny like boots. They're leather boots with like golds, kind of like etchings along the boots. and they're being walked with this like huge orc. I mean, he's definitely kind of overweight. He's a very large orcish man, and accompanying him is a couple of orc warriors, and they kind of walk into this central region, kind of like off from where you guys are, and the dwarves say something. You can't really make it out, but they're saying something to the orc boss, and they don't look very happy, put it that way, and then they kind of just turn around and head back to their ship. And the big orc man, he comes over to you guys, and Ulmug, and he's like, Brugo here, leader of the orcs of Causature.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Brugo.
nice to meet you too.
This is an orcish, right?
No, he speaks common. So you guys all hear this. He sees like the large gathering of non-orcish people other than Meglar. I mean,
What's his name again?
Brugo.
Brugo. Okay.
But I mean, these guys, they look like straight orcish, unlike Meglar, who looks, he doesn't have the big tusk and the big jaw. And this guy is massive and muscular, but yet he's got this large gut, and you can tell he eats well, and he seems, even his clothes, like they're not like ragged or anything. He has very fine clothes on, and he introduces himself to everybody, and he offers you drinks, and he says, come to my tent. Let's talk business. And him and his guards, they kind of lead you guys down to the south to one of the structures. We come in, and there's these massive tables of just all sorts of fresh fruit and piles of meat and plates and stuff. And he just says, "Eat, drink, help yourselves. Let us talk." And he points to the ground. There's all these like beautiful like woven carpets on the ground and pillows all along the sides of them. He goes, sit, eat.
I sit Indian style and grab up the first goblet of booze I could find.
And he just laughs, and he invites everybody to come in and have a good time. Come. What are you interested in, my friends?
Give me a grog.
What more than you did? Surely didn't come here just for my grog. What brings you to Causature?
Well, we're in need of slaves.
Possible.
Very good. This is the slave capital of the region. What are you interested in? We only have goblins here. We've had dwarves and other races in the past, but primarily we speak or we use goblins in all of our trading.
The goblins will do.
We find them the most docile and easy to control.
I agree.
So this is going well. How many goblins would you like? 100? 200?
Can we see them?
Oh, of course. Eat, drink. We will go down to the cells, and you can see what we have.
How's business here?
Well, business is very, very good.
You sell a lot of slaves?
Yes, we are constantly.
How's your turnaround?
The slave market is surprisingly well. Now these goblins, they're able to do pretty much anything you ask them to do, and they are willing to work for money or not work for no money. It is your choice. It's a very lucrative business, but I've sold them to pirates and lords and nobles from all around the region.
Snautilus needs them to die. Can they do that?
If that's what you want them to do, then that is your prerogative. They're just filthy creatures anyway.
Well, what good are slaves if they're dead?
I don't care what you do with them. Gold is gold.
I'm asking toddlers.
Well,
The only good slave is a dead slave.
Well, I don't make money off the dead ones, but
I mean, there are many sports, are there not?
oh, you
Whatever.
were here to buy these slaves for the arena?
No, Snoddler is here to buy a slave for Goblin, but more importantly, if they are to be used in sacrifice, these are good quality Goblin.
Oh yes, these are excellent quality for sacrificing. Whatever you see fit for them. Come, we shall go see. And he gets up, and like you just see his like belly just roll as he gets up, and chicken wings are falling off of his shirt, and he's right this way, and his guards kind of open the tent flaps and lead you outside and all the way through the encampment. And as he's walking, he's like saying hello to people, like, "Oh, hey, Bill, how you doing, Mary? How's the little ones?" And he's like this larger than life
Bill
figure.
and Mary.
The orcs. Yeah, so he's walking through, and he's just, he's the guy, he's the dude, and he brings you guys back in to the back of the encampment into this massive mountain, and what looks like a cave entrance. A couple guards stand outside of it, and he says, "Oh, right this way." And as you enter into this cave, it's well lit. There's torches alongside, and there looks like what kind of looks like a cobblestone passageway before you that kind of leads down into the depths of this underground kind of like prison that the orcs have constructed. So sacrifice, you say? You sacrifice these to a god, or what's the point of this sacrifice, you say?
Snodderlos was just curious if these were sacrificial quality. More than likely, we are just going to be returning them. But
there's no returns. All sales are final.
Understood. Snodderlos understands that. That makes sense.
He brings you down into this cave, and you kind of like make your way down this winding passageway, and it's well, like I said, it's well lit, and there's like a defined cobblestone passageway. But as you're walking down through there, you see there's like these offshoots that kind of like other paths that lead into the darkness. And as you're passing by, here and there, you see a goblin working with orcs. They're kind of like yelling at them in Goblin, as these goblins are kind of like mining out the walls, like expanding this ever-growing like cave system down there. You kind of make your way deeper and deeper and follow Brugo down into the depths, and as you get kind of like deeper, it starts getting warmer down there, and you actually cross over a bridge, and you kind of look down, and it's a bridge. Underneath it is just a flow of lava just flowing underneath your feet. And he says, "Oh, be careful of the edge. We don't want to lose any visitors,
Where's all this from?
Oh, that's from the volcano. It flows underneath this whole island.
Oh, that volcano.
Yes. The great volcano of Causature. It's been many, many years since it's erupted, so you should all be safe, my friends."
You ever go there?
No, I don't venture there. Most of us don't go too far north. We go west to the jungles to find new merchandise, and some of us go to the north to find the axe beaks that we ride. Quality beasts, if you're interested in them as well. We do sell beautiful beasts for riding. They've all been tamed.
Do
you know anything else that goes on in the north? Can you get to the volcano from the side?
Oh, of course. You just need to be aware that this is a dangerous island. There's many massive beasts and birds of prey and gargantuan-sized creatures that live on this island. But to each their own. You're welcome to try. And he says, "Oh, not much further now." And he brings you down, and as you start getting closer to the pen down here, you start actually seeing more and more these guards, and there's more serious looking orcs down here now, like more of the properly armed and armored orcs kind of stand guard. As you approach these, they're kind of like a small chamber. There's about 15 steps, these big concrete or like slab stone steps that lead up onto a very lit like platform. And you make your way up the platform, and at the top is a big black iron fence, and it kind of he brings you up there, and you look over the fence into this big chamber, and in the chamber there's a flow of water from like the west to the east into this massive hole in the center of this chamber, and it's just straight darkness. And you actually like look over at this hole, and you see this goblin just like taking a crap like into this massive hole, like balancing on the edge so he doesn't fall in. And all throughout this big chamber, you see at least 30 goblins kind of like just milling about throughout there. Massive piles of like straw where they're intended to sleep on and stuff. So Brugo leads you up there. He goes, check out these specimens. This is what we have. Beautiful, isn't it?
How many are in there?
So you definitely count about the. Let me give you a better count here. It's probably a good 20 or so goblins.
How do they look?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I guess I want to look for, I guess, goblins that would be like if a goblin knew the Goblin Queen was with them, they'd kind of like still look up to her, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean,
they still
they
treat her
would
like
still know.
royalty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, look for one that they're trying to like protect or fucking, that the goblins are treating differently. You know what I mean? I guess.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check. All right. So, in the back of the chamber, you do see one goblin that's kind of surrounded by several other goblins, and from where you're standing, you can tell that she's a female. Whether or not she's royalty or not, you don't know. I mean, she doesn't look any different than the rest of them, but there is kind of like a small congregation around her. So, take that as you will.
Mm.
And other than the one they were torturing upstairs, these are the only goblins we've seen.
Right.
And this area looks like the only, like, I guess I'll just fucking, is there any other slaves besides these?
Like other like pens or?
Yeah, no, I'm in character. I'm asking. Is there any?
Oh, yeah. So
any?
So Burgos
says
these are all of our slaves. We keep them all right here in this area.
Oh. I didn't know if you had like.
If you need more,
it
will take us a few
This is the low
days.
grade stash, and the high grade stash is over here behind curtain number 2. You know what I mean?
Oh no, we keep them all together. There's quite a few down here. They're all goblins. They're all easily tamed, and some of them are better quality than others. They might fetch a little bit more of a price, but.
So, like, I'm gonna just be like, so how much do you think, say, that one, and that one would cost? And I point to, like, the first couple that are surrounding the one in the back and then the one in the back.
Oh, well, we'd probably have to go take a better look at them. If you'd like, we could go down there and you could inspect these slaves for yourself.
We can get a closer look.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're not afraid, that is.
I'm not. Are you guys?
It's not. Lois is not afraid.
I'm afraid.
No, I'm not afraid.
Well then,
All
I
right.
guess we can take a look at these.
And
Better
we're all
look.
slaves now.
No!
You fell right into my trap. Now you guys can see the path that you kind of like took down through the darkness.
We're like here on like an overhang.
Yeah, that's the little like platform kind of overlooking the goblin pen.
And this is the one that was surrounded.
Yeah, the one in the back that she's kind of like surrounded by several other goblins.
As he moves goblins around her.
Yeah. But yeah, so like you guys notice this, you see the massive like hole in the center of the room, and like this little bit of waterfall or water like stream coming through there. It's not the most sanitary looking place, but so Brugo says if you would like, we could take a closer look. We could go down to the pens. Would you like to go? Follow me.
Yeah. I look at everybody else.
It's not Lois.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, so now you see he brings you around the path here.
I had to literally minus Team B because I almost pulled the other guy in.
What?
B team.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, he brings you around. You see a couple guards that are kind of guarding the fence on like a lower level, and now you can kind of get a better view. You can see there's like lantern light inside this thing, and you can see some goblins walking about inside there. And he, in Orcish, tells these orcs to let us through, open the gate, and they open the gate, and Brugo walks in, and as soon as the gates open, like the goblins all just like scatter away from the gate, and he's like, what do you think? Fine, but fast little creatures, aren't they?
Indeed.
The path we came down, was there any turnoffs or was it just a straight tunnel coming down this way?
Yeah, so you noticed there was turnoffs. Like I said, the whole way down from the top, there's all sorts of passageways that kind of branch off from the nicely paved cobblestone road that went down there. So even where you're at, like you kind of like turn around and look towards like into the darkness, you can see there's a passageway.
All right.
This is like battle music.
You mean we weren't about to get ambushed?
Wait a minute.
Can't play boss music if there's no. Oh,
Oh shit.
this.
So he says, "Yeah, which ones would you like? Skinny one over here," and he points at this one, and he's like, "Oh, how about that little roly-poly guy over here? We can go grab him." And he says something in Orcish and yells at one of the guards.
Can we walk in there?
Oh yes, please come in.
Oh, I thought gates were shut.
No, they opened the gate, so he brought you guys in there. Be careful of the hole in the center there. It's where the goblin waste goes.
So I just like slowly walk around and look all the goblins randomly up and down, like making my way slowly back.
Is he wanting us to stay close to him, or can we wander off around on our own?
So the guards are kind of like milling about throughout there too, so they're not too concerned. Like if something happens, they're just gonna kick a goblin into the hole. So
Gotcha. I want to wander over here and see if I can see what's beyond this gate.
Yeah, so you just see darkness back there, so you can't see in the dark. But you do know there's a passageway that leads back there, but it's too dark for you to tell.
Damn humans.
So, what are we doing this, friends? These fine specimens here, like Big Boy and Tall Guy here, well, they go for 100 gold. These little ones here, and you look over and there's a couple like child goblins. He's like, that's a 25 gold here. That one's probably a little weakling. They can't lift very much, but yeah. So which ones would you like? I will have the
What do you
guards
think,
bring
Dustin?
them up.
When I come back here, can I take a closer look?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception or investigation check. All right, so as you get closer back there, a couple of the goblins stand in front of her, and like they all start like they start saying something to you, and they look very mean. But as you look back, you do notice that this goblin is female, and they look like they're guarding her. So, in your mind,
Are these guys like stripped like down to just a fucking like loincloth, basically?
Yeah, they're all basically just in like scraps of clothing.
So they don't have any marks on them that would mark them as that tribe of that place.
No, not necessarily. Like some of them have. No, I guess so. I guess some of them would probably have the necklaces and things of their tribe. That wooden skull necklace.
I didn't know if they would take it. The orcs would take that off.
No, the orcs don't care about that. So like a lot of them would
All right,
probably have.
Dude,
things
so
like
do
that.
they have the necklace of that tribe?
Yeah,
Especially her?
yeah.
Does she have anything special, like her necklace different?
No, I mean she looks the same. She has like large like wooden earrings in her ears, and then a lot of them have that same necklace around their necks.
I point to the two feisty ones and ask about those.
Those ones over there, Bill and Ted, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
Excellent. Party time. Oh no, that's Wayne's World. So he's like, those are fine, very feisty, but the 100 gold apiece.
Bogus.
Very strict on this.
Very strict.
Very strict.
All right. Well, what about the one in the back?
The female. And he yells over to one of the guards. And he comes over and he like kind of breaks up and like pushes the other ones out of the way, and he just like grabs her by the hair and he drags her out, and he says, you like this one, huh? I give you good deal. She 75 gold.
This is quite the good deal.
I am a very busy man. Let's hurry this up. I have more clients here.
Captain Meglar.
Yes.
This guy is saying 100 for each of these, and 75 for that girl.
Well, I got 325 gold on me here.
Oh, whoa. So just tell everyone how much fucking money you got, man. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, weird. The demand just.
I don't know how
price
you just got
went
your
up.
pocket picked.
He did, but Sodaj gave him the money that he had stashed.
Oh,
So
my God.
that's all that Meglar's got on him now.
I gotcha. Well, let me. I guess. I mean, the captain says they're good. Do they look worthy to for the ship? I mean, you could have this one. And I point to the girl. I was like, you could have her just cleaning the deck in your quarters. These guys, I mean, they look a little scrappy. Maybe they die on the top fighting shit.
Yeah, Burgos interjects. He's like, wait, I thought you were going to sacrifice these goblins. If you'd like sacrifices, maybe you should get some of these cheaper ones too and throw in. Look, Scraggly Joe over here. I give you him for 30 gold. If you're just gonna kill them anyway.
Yeah, how do you think we can get like a deal here? Like a buy
Bulk
buy
discount?
5 get like 2 free.
Bogo goblin sale.
Yeah, I mean,
Like a
it's like,
discount
I'm
for
trying
bulk
to-
purchase?
The G in BOGO is actually goblin.
I buy one goblin. get one free.
if we buy in bulk, do we get a deal?
We could arrange something. What do you say? You buy the whole lot of them, or?
How much if we buy the whole 20?
We talk numbers, my friend. Let's see. I could give you the scraggly ones. A cheap. I would say 20 gold for each scraggly looking one, and these bigger boys. Though I'm very firm on the 100 gold for each, and the female 75. So that brings us to 400 gold, and we call it deal. You have them all. If you need to get more, I will go back and take a couple days. We can get you a couple more.
Is it 400 gold? I go over to like the scrawny, puny ones. I'm like, look at these things. A fucking squirrel would kill these things.
That is probably true, but you told me you were going to sacrifice them so that it would be much easier to kill them.
Snodlo's just asked about sacrificial quality. Like, that means high quality.
High quality sacrificial. It means easy to kill, right? Right? You don't want to struggle on your sacrifice. That's embarrassing when all of your followers and culty sort of fellows say you're not doing it right.
So 400 gold, we could have all these. So are there any other incentive you could hook us up with? I mean, we're doing like this big deal.
Snodlo
400 is a very, very good price, my friends.
Throw in the mounts, and we'll make it 450.
No. The mounts are very much more expensive. Those are 200 gold apiece.
Holy cow.
These goblins are just for disposable, not like the
Is there like, are we like, we're like around them right now, right?
yeah, they're like all like cowering.
Yeah.
Like
Is there
they're
a goblin
all-
that's like beefier than the other ones? Like
Yeah, the
large?
2 guard ones.
yeah, the ones that are by the
were
queen. The
very
rest of them all look like they're like
So-
scrawny.
So I'm gonna walk up to the big guard and I'm like, 200 for a mount? Snodlo can just take this one, and I like try to like climb onto his back.
And he just starts like fighting at you, like scratching at your face.
That's fine. I'll take the damage. Like I'll just man through it.
He's gonna make an attack on you. I don't even know if I have a goblin sheet pulled up.
Slashing damage.
Just fucking let it hit. I will let him hit at me. Like don't even worry about the roll.
All right. So we'll roll a D4 worth of damage.
He rolled
He
one.
rolls a 1, so he just slashes at you, and he's like, "Ah!"
I'm still like trying to. I'm like 200. Snodlo thinks that's a little excessive.
Well,
What if you gave us a tour up of the northern land here?
we're not some sort of tour guides. You go speak to the humans if you want to tour guides.
Well, I mean, we're making a huge deal, and we're on your side of the island. Figured you guys would know it best. I saw a group going up north earlier.
Yeah, this is where
We're
we get.
hunting for 'em, right?
This is where we get the mounts from, the axe beaks.
Well, take us on a hunt for the axe beasts.
Why would I want you to hunt the creatures that we sell for much more profit than these scraggly
Help
goblins?
capture, I guess.
I don't
then.
think you quite understand what we are doing here, my friend.
We'll help you capture one.
Do you think us goblin warriors, need help from some human like you?
I mean, warriors?
You mean
Snodlo
orc?
doesn't.
Yes, that's what I said. Orc.
Sorry to get you so flustered.
And he says in Orcish something, and you see these the guys kind of like closing in on you a little bit. The what do you call them? Like the guards. They get a little bit closer. Now, perhaps we should take this back upstairs and talk about this some more. Or maybe I should call some more friends down here. Which way would you like it now?
No, we're good. There no harm. I was just trying to figure out how to get a little bit more bang for my buck. If you know what I mean. We're trying to make a deal here.
Oh, you will never get a better deal on slaves than anywhere else.
Try to deal anywhere else.
This is a one-stop shop for all of your goblin slave needs.
Well, they're I guess haggling. I'm gonna lean over and whisper in Colo's ear, see if he can see anything down this hallway back here. Very quietly, hopefully super quietly. Quietly.
Yeah, I mean it's quiet enough because like while these guys are like arguing and you're getting the boss all riled up, nobody notices what you said.
All right, I'm going to while they're arguing, I'm just going to walk over here and look around at the goblins, try to look down that path, I guess.
Yeah, from where you're at, you see a little bit down the hallway, but you can't really see too much. It's just like a winding corridor deeper into the cave system.
Which orc is the boss orc?
I think it's.
I thought it was when I was talking to you.
Yeah, this guy over here. He's kind of like.
Oh, okay. I thought those were the two guards.
No, one of the guards here. He's kind of like coming up behind you guys, and the other one's kind of pushing up the other way toward you guys.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we should go upstairs and get out of this filth.
Are we buying some of these slaves?
Yeah, we're going to continue the conversation upstairs. I don't want to be standing in this anymore.
Yes. Before we take the things on the wrong course, let's get out of this filth. And that's where you also notice that there's a large stench coming out of this pit of goblin feces.
Ugh.
Yeah, so he makes his way back up and brings you guys kind of back up towards the stairs, and the guards follow you out.
Am I going the right way?
Yeah.
As I walk out, I want to look down the paths to see if I can see anything of any interest at all.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of look down some of these paths as you walk by, and you do see they kind of open up a little bit, but you, like in this one, you kind of look over to what looks like a stone door. That's kind of what you see there. And as you guys make your way up through, let's say you get back to like the lava bridge, but as you get up to like the bridge, you see in certain other areas, like again, it kind of branches off into different sections. And Brugor's like, well, maybe we could talk about this over some drinks. You know, I see if maybe you guys could change your mind over some fine dwarven ale that I received as a gift from some dwarfs just earlier.
This is the one we're following, right?
No, he's one of the guards. So it's this guy.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Boston how much I hate fucking orcs.
I start chuckling and I like take a swig out of my gourd. I like hand it to him. They do smell. And then take another sip. And then, as he said that about the booze that he bought from the dwarves, I said, well, I just so happen to know people that sell alcohol. I could have them maybe ship you some. And I let them know of a small brewing company in Saltmarsh.
Oh, you would like to do business, huh? I don't do much in alcohol, but I would
Maybe
I would
we
like
could
to
trade.
try some.
Yeah, I may have some, but I may have a way to get some, just not for a while. Maybe if I come back. I have some you could sample, of course.
Yes, of course, samples. I would like to have anything if it's free.
Of course.
I like the dejection that was in your voice.
Of course. Ugh.
Oh,
Freaking orcs want everything free. Bastards.
Buy booze.
Alright, so you guys just go back with him up the stairs, and you walk out. Again, like looking, you guys, anybody that can see in the dark, you can look down some of these side passageways, and they kind of open up. This particular one up here, you start toward the top, you start seeing like a lot more like vegetation down here. There's like a lot more like moss and stuff all over the walls, and other than that, most of them have been like long corridors that you can't really, see the end of.
Man, there's fucking orcs everywhere in here.
Yeah.
All right, so Brugo brings you guys back out to the to his tent and says, "So I think 400 is a good price, but what else would you like to talk about?"
That 400 sounds like more reasonable the more I think about it. I reach in and grab a small little flask of the good stuff.
Hell yeah.
is that what's written on the bottle?
Dragon's Kiss whiskey.
The Dragon's Kiss is the good stuff.
And I hand him the small flask.
So who's paying for these slaves? I got a little bit on it.
I'll take care of it.
In full? Or do you want
I'm not gonna like say out loud like all like flaunt it that I'm gonna pay the 400, but yes, I will put up money.
He drinks back the stuff and he's like, "Oh, this is good. It's not as good as the dwarven stuff, but I could have some of that. I could see some of this. Some of the boys might like this." Where did you get this from? Who makes this?
It's from a small brewing company.
Oh, that is probably why I've never heard of them. Then
Yeah, there's the Drunken Monk Brewery.
I
somewhere.
only drink the best. Not that this is swill or anything, but I've had much better.
This is the best. It doesn't get any better than that.
Fucking Vosson's pride getting the shit kicked out of it right now.
So
I gave him. I hand him the sack of 400 gold.
Oh, this is perfect. Here, eat, indulge.
Before I release it, it says this covers getting them ready and transporting them to the other side where my ship is.
We bring them out to the gates and bring them out to your ship, and then whatever you do with them is your deal.
All right. Perfect. Well, it's Meglar ship.
Right.
But he
okay.
He ran into the casino ship. You know what I mean?
Casino ship.
Yeah, he likes to spend money. So
Well, come back after you sacrifice all these. Bring your money back, and we will have more goblins for you to spend money on.
You have anyone else come here asking to get cheap slaves for sacrifice?
Toddlers is also interested in that.
I mean, since we're sitting here drinking and having a good old time, I mean, is this like a normal thing? Like, you seem very nonchalant about it.
I don't talk about the clients that I have. It's completely confidential, you know.
So do you have regular, like, buyers?
Oh, yes, I've everything from fancy lads and lords to cult leaders. They come all. Humans to orcs to everybody.
Cult leaders? What the fuck?
Hey, no, I maybe I said too much, but
What kind of cult leaders are here? You didn't want to join them.
Seems to be lots of cults around this town or around this area.
Never heard of any.
Business is good as he takes the coins from you and he starts like just counting them out. Well, all of your slaves will be ready momentarily.
Excellent.
So he calls over to some of the guards and they send word and they gather up all the slaves and probably in about like 20 minutes or so they push them all outside and they escort you outside and there's like a long line or they have them all roped together. They're all bound by their hands and feet and they bring them all out of the mine and bring them up to the front gate where they give you the rope and they're like, enjoy your new sacrifices.
On the docks?
Yeah, like at the front gate on that other map.
Gotcha. Here's to hoping the ship will fit them all.
Oh, the canoe fits.
Fits like 15 on the canoe.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I forgot we had the canoe.
Yeah, we got lots of room. We'll just pull the canoe behind the boat.
Heck yeah.
But that, you mean the log, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the canoe log.
Yeah.
So
I'd bring the queen on board the ship, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully she speaks common.
Yes.
So these are our slaves.
Yeah, now you guys have
Technically, yes, they are our slaves.
yeah, you have a ship.
I'm
full
gonna
of
make
slaves.
them do shit for us.
Nautilus thinks we should use them to get one of those beasts.
Once we get them all on board, I'll give Vasan money for half of them. No sense in the fact that you should foot the entire bill.
Yeah, so you get them all on board, and the queen does come up to
Added the money.
to Meglar, and she says, "Well, in common, she speaks, do what you will to us, but we're all prepared to die."
Hell yeah.
You mean you don't want to go home? I'm assuming we've pulled away at this point.
You guys are still in the dock, so like on the ship, and there's goblins all over your ship.
It's just like the storage area has like 10 goblins packed in there.
Well, there's only 20 goblins there, right?
Yeah, but the ship only holds you guys, and you guys are cramped down there. It's a tiny ship.
There's just like goblin arms out of
Yeah,
every
but we're
porthole
just
and shit.
adding. We're only adding 5 goblins.
That's true. You stuck 15 of them on the
on
the big
log.
log.
Yeah. It's only 5 goblins. They can fit fucking anywhere.
It's like a clown car.
Yeah, it literally.
Yeah, for real.
We're dragging by like the trash bin and back.
I just like the idea of like closed doors, arms and our goblin arms and legs sticking out because we don't have room for it, but we packed them.
And the dwarf ship is still there too. By the way, it's like at the dock next to you. So
Dwarf ship have a name?
Yeah, you look at the name on the ship and it says Wayward Hammer.
Well, I think we ought to go over and talk to these dwarfs.
Hey, you want to?
Absolutely.
This could only end well.
If they go over there, I'm gonna stay back with our slaves.
I mean, if
I'm
you want
gonna
to
stay
venture
with
over
the
here,
ship.
maybe they know you. Maybe they know something that you may need to know. I'm down. Let's go.
All right, so
I mean, I'm sure they get everyone situated here, right?
Yuri and Boston going over.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Anyone else?
I'm gonna do an invincibility on you guys again before you take off.
Gonna do what?
I'm casting spells on you, bruh.
So, Yuri and Vasan are going over there.
Everyone else is just chilling.
Yep. I'll be on the top deck of Meglar's sloop, looking out for trouble.
I'm just sticking on the ship.
All right, Yuri and Vasan, the ramp is still over to the delegation of the dwarven ship, and you can see there's still a lot of like commotion going on. There's like people walking around, and you guys like make your way up into the ship, and the dwarves that are on board just stop and stare at you, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
You speak common.
Oh yeah, we speak common.
I was just shopping and I tasted some of your product. It was amazing.
It's not my product.
Well, did you sell it? He said the dwarves had it.
Just because I'm a dwarf, you think I sell booze?
I mean, I assumed he had it tonight.
Let me go talk to the captain.
tasted really good.
I don't have time for this. And he's just like one of the sailors, and he walks off to one of the rooms, and like a minute later, this guy that you saw earlier, where the long like the big brown boots with the gold like lace in it and stuff, he comes out and he's like, what can I do you for, son?
I say to
go ahead, Yuri.
I say to him in Dwarvish, "What business do you have here?"
And he says back to you like, a true dwarf. I don't normally speak Dwarvish, only around the guild, but our business here, we're trying to make some profit. We're trying to sell some equipment to these savages.
Savages, you got that right.
So in Dwarvish, she says back to you, what are you doing here?
I say back to him in Dwarvish, me and my friends are investigating the slaves, and I'm searching for information regarding my family.
Oh, your family? Do I know them? Can I help you with that? Are they from Liara?
I tell him in Dwarvish that I'm looking for my brother who is missing, possibly kidnapped and sold into slavery by the orcs.
Well, who's your brother?
His name is Javi Runestone.
Yeah, I know Javi. He's part of our guild, part of Moradin's left hand.
I say to him, "Do you know where he currently is?"
He went searching for some sort of lost town someplace. Last I knew, he was headed down to over to Saltmarsh. So that's the last I've ever heard of him. he didn't quite fit in with us in Liara. He couldn't quite find his place.
That doesn't sound like slavery.
I don't speak Dwarfish, so.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I also say to him in Dwarvish, I ask him if these slavers are responsible for his kidnapping. Does he know any information about that?
Well, I just know stories of Javi. He was freed from here by somebody in our guild years ago. Probably even before I was a member. Somebody from the guild that was trying to sell some of our wares here. They noticed a dwarf that was in the disgusting cells below the mountain, and they bought his freedom. And he became a member of Moradin's Left Hand. And he wasn't really good at making things, making the equipment that we make. He didn't really have the magic. He didn't know how to use magic components like the rest of us do, but he tried. He was a good guy. And he was with us for a good 10 years before he said he needed to set off and do his own thing. Last I heard, he's in Saltmarsh. But sorry I can't be of any more help.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Saltmarsh. So, I just paraphrase, translate everything to Boston quickly.
Okay. As after that, I just sit there hearing him just speak Dwarvish. I'm like, well, what kind of wares are you selling?
Oh, these. Come on, would you like to see our goods?
If you don't mind, if you have time. I see you guys are busy up top.
Oh yeah, we're always busy. Come in, and he brings you into his cabin, and you go in there, and he's got this table set up, and there's a bunch of these devices, looking things on. One of them looks strangely familiar. It looks exactly like the rod of finding that you have, Vasen.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, he has all these kind of that look like collars on this table, and a bunch of these things that look like crowns. And he says, yeah, that's what we do. Moradin's Left Hand, we make devices out of the arcane stones for attuning people's mind, and certain devices like this. And he holds out the rod of finding. He's like, this will help you find things, energy. Then you have things like this, and he shows you this one that looks like a crown. He's like, this will help you gain knowledge. This will help the most basic of creature increase its IQ. Its intelligence will raise to be able to communicate with others. Or this is what we've come here to sell the dwarves. This kind of is the same thing, the collar, but it does the opposite. This will control a lesser being's thoughts. I came here thinking these orcs would purchase these. They have in the past, but this new warlord they have, he doesn't want anything to do with it. He'd rather just rule with fear and dispose of these poor goblins. But
who's the ruler? Rogo?
Yeah, Brugo or whatever his name was. He
when
did
he
anything
take
to do
rule?
with us, but
Maybe we should get one of them collars for Meglar.
I was thinking the IQ hat.
Oh, I was thinking the one so we could control them.
Well, I don't gotta control them. Just gotta make them a little bit smarter. Either way, how much were you trying to get rid of them for?
For which things? The
What are your average prices you would sell any of those for?
Oh, well, this here, and he holds up the IQ crown. He's like, this particular device this will run you 2,000 gold.
Man, it's well made.
Oh, look at the quality, and he hands it over to you.
Oh, wow.
And you look at it, and it looks like really, really nice. It's like this amazing metal work with this gold kind of like striping into it, and it has these strange blue gems that are kind of like mounted around the rim of it.
I'm like, where do these gems come from? They're very unique.
Oh, we find these around.
And what does this? Are these gems in all these equipment?
Yeah.
Or is it just in the crown?
And only our guild knows how to use them, but they're a rare thing. If you find them, I'd be happy to pay you for them.
I don't understand if they're on all of the items.
We use them on all of our items, and you kind of look around and you see like the collars also have like bits of these blue gems in them.
So they all have that blue gem. So it's like gives items magical properties if you know how to do it.
Right.
Cool.
Those are the same gems that from that mine.
Yeah, that what's her nuts?
Copper
Yes.
lock?
Yeah, Copperlock. That's what she's been selling on the side. Who has? I know we grabbed some, but I don't have them.
Hector, I think, had some, or he had some.
Yeah, I had a small one or two that I tried using potions, and they didn't really do much. Had to try though.
Well, I don't have any magical items or anything, but I can give you this. And I hand him my erotic poetry book.
He looks at it and he just starts bursting out laughing. He's like, "Oh, laddie, what am I going to do with this?"
I don't know. You probably fetch some good money for it. Make up a story about it.
If I want companionship, I would just go to the Pink Pearl when I go to Saltmarsh once in a while.
Oh, the Pearl?
Yeah.
I frequent that spot.
Yeah, there's a couple good ladies over there.
Tell me about it. I wore all them out.
I like you. You're just like Javi. What do you say? Do you know how to craft fine things? And he looks out and he sees you have like a little hammer hanging off your belt.
I'm the finest crafter.
What is the crafts that you make, my friend?
Well, I made this armor.
This armor made out of seashells? I didn't know many dwarves that know how to swim.
Oh, I can swim. I swim like a fish. I crafted this shield, and I show him my shield.
Yeah, I've seen better. But hey, if you're looking for a job, you come down to Liara, come to Mayford's Harbor, and find our guild there. You can join Morrigan's Hammer or Left Hand.
Maybe I'll do that. Is that where I may have a good chance of finding my brother, possibly?
He's not there. He left there. He left there to go to Saltmarsh. But
so he left the guild?
Yeah, he left the guild. he kept talking about Vermilion and some adventurers that we ran into. They were telling him about that, and I don't know. Like I said, he just didn't seem to fit in with us. So nobody made a big deal about him heading east. So
I appreciate you looking after him when you did.
yeah. Hey, I never caught your name. What's your name?
My name's Yuri.
Yuri Runestone. Then I take it.
Yes. One and only.
Well, I'm Dommel Greyhorn. Nice to meet you. And who's your human friend here?
This is Vossen.
Well,
That
Vossen.
I am.
Well, the two of you fine gentlemen, you'll see us in the Wayward Hammer all over this area. If you ever need help, we're always around. We're excellent sailors, skilled seamen, and always up for a good time or a fight.
Sounds like Yuri.
Hey, if you're looking to join a crew, well, come on aboard.
Thank you for the offer.
That's a possibility. I have sworn my allegiance to the Sea Princes, though.
Whoa. Why would you be a pirate? Those shady sons of bitches. We're always having to fend off from pirate attacks. They're almost as bad as those damn Shadow of the Abyss night creatures.
Wait, what?
No, you've never seen them? The Ship of the Damned that sails around at night with those pale-faced creatures?
No.
Sahaugen?
No, they're not fish people. They're some sort of undead creatures.
What? Wait.
You gotta be careful because sometimes they show up here. They like to buy themselves all sorts of slaves.
Who are they?
Oh, but they're the creatures. They're undead-looking, pale-faced things. They call themselves the Shroud of the Abyss. You'd be smart to steer clear of that ship when you see it. It's a black ship. The Ship of the Damned.
You say they've been buying slaves?
Yeah, they come to this island. They buy slaves.
Do you know anything else about them? Like, where do they work out of, I guess?
As far as I know, they came from the west. Rumors had it that they frequent Cordova, the city out there, a lot, but I'm telling you, stay away from them.
Why is that?
Because they do bad business. We've had run-ins in the past with them. We've sold some of our equipment to them, but
We've had run-ins too, my friend.
Yes. We're trying to stop or prevent something bigger from happening. I don't know if you've ever heard of a god named Dagon?
I've never heard of the god named Dagon before, but Moradin is the only true god.
I agree, but Dagon is supposedly some really bad guy that's rules the sea and will kill everybody.
He sounds like a pussy.
Well, just be careful because the Sahaugen have been very active lately.
Have you seen my ship? We are a defensive fortification on the sea. I mean,
I no doubt believe you could take on anyone.
the Ship of the Damned, however, is not to be messed with.
We'll have to keep that in mind. Or stay out of, where is that? Fucking, out of the west, I guess.
Cordova, the big city, or Carrington, the biggest city in Cordova. It's where we came from originally, but when the city started going underwater, we decided it was time to move out and took our business to Liara.
Nice.
Well, maybe we should go, Boston.
Yep. Thank you for your time. Sorry I cannot purchase your fine goods.
No, that's fine. I'm stuck here until we make some sort of deal with these slavers. We got all these
How much
mind
did you say
control devices.
The mind control helmet was?
Those we can part with for just 500 gold apiece.
How do they work?
Well, you just put it on a willing creature, and it will become under your control. It'll drop its intelligence down 2 points and out of game, and you can make suggestions to a creature, and it will have no choice but to follow them. Now you can't go telling something to go and sacrifice itself, but
Definitely get some dinner out of the deal.
it's perfect for these slavers. We figured we'd sell these things to help them just get these creatures.
Yeah, but I thought you said they had to be willing. I don't think they'd be willing.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why he didn't want to buy them. But I'm not leaving until he buys at least 30 of these things.
Oh, good luck. If they worked on unwilling, it would be way better.
Take that one little set screw out.
Yeah, just maybe next time if you decide to make one, try to.
Well, the damnedest thing
that
is I've already made all these things, so I've got to get rid of them now. But I don't have any more blue gems to make anything else. So.
Well, I know of an area where you may be able to get them.
Oh, I will pay you for them gladly.
Well, I mean, maybe we could strike a deal.
Oh, where's the area?
I'm not gonna divulge the area. I mean, we can make a deal when we figure things out. You know what I mean? Like,
is it Instahaugen territory? Because I'm really sick of fighting those things.
where have you been fighting them?
Oh, they're always out by Seaton and Saltmarsh. Every time
Then
we make a
yes.
trip out there.
Yep, that's normally where I've been fighting them. And yes, that's probably where you're gonna have to run some trouble for them. But if I get them, I could sell them to you,
I like that idea much better.
or someone I know can get them to sell them to you if you'd get prices.
I would easily pay 100 gold for a decent gem to use.
Excellent. Well, if you're ever in the Salt Marsh area, look for the Travelers Guild and stop by.
Oh, we go there all the time. I stop by the Wicker Goat. Have you ever been to that tavern?
I've been to every tavern in Salt Marsh.
Well, I'm sure we'll probably cross paths at some point.
Indeed. Thank you for your time. We're gonna get our purchase and be out of here.
And he shows you the door, and he gives you a little bottle as a farewell gift. He says, "Here, try this," and it's a little bottle of his dwarven ale that he makes.
I don't have any other flasks on me, but here, take a swig of this, and I hand him my gourd.
And he sips it back, and he says, "Yeah, it's all right." And he just gives it back, and here, try this. This'll. I don't know if you humans could handle this.
Oh, please, let me try.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I like how this has somehow become like a competition.
Yeah. So it's strong. It's like some really strong bourbon, and even for you, you're kind of caught off guard by it.
What? What did you use to make this?
Wow, I can't tell you all my secrets, but
Can you just divulge some?
you come stop by our distillery in Liera, and I'll show you around a little bit.
That sounds like a great idea. In Liara, you say?
Yeah, yes, sir.
What's the name of it?
Of my brewing company? I don't have a name yet. It's part of the guild, but
Oh, well, the guild's there, right? So
yeah.
So you
Look
said,
for Moradin's left
Morden's
hand.
left hand.
I hold my arm out to shake his hand.
We will stop in Lyra and visit Morden's left hand.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you two fellas. And
Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad we ventured off the boat.
he shakes your hands and
Dig in my sack and pull my little Moradin statue out and hand it to him. Here you go.
oh yeah, praise to Moradin. I have one of those as well. And he pulls a little like pendant that's like a coin out of his pocket and he holds it up to you. You can keep that. And he gives you the coin.
Thank you, my friend. Maybe we'll meet again.
Maybe we will.
I just walk off the boat, head back to ours.
All right, yeah, so you guys go back to seeing a boat full of goblins.
Damn. Are we all tied off and ready to get out of Dodge, Captain Meglar?
Took you long enough. Let's go.
All right, so yeah, you guys make your way back across the bay easy enough and drop anchor just off the shore. And you see this is a point where the shore, again, there's these big cliffs, but there's when you get close enough, you see the small. Meglar knows the exact spot because Sodaj brought him in and knew this little hidden spot where the stream comes out through between the rocks and the tiny beach where you guys launched your boat. And you guys get on the rowboats and bring your newly acquired slaves across the shore. This time it's only about afternoon, and Whelp is not on the shore. So
Who?
the goblin guide that you had, she said she was going to come back at nighttime.
Oh, right.
It's only been a couple hours since you guys have been parading
Gone.
around the orc encampment.
Guess that's the one. Well, I don't speak Goblin. Just ask the one that she speaks Common, right? I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew. Yeah, she does.
So I ask her if she is the queen of that tribe.
Juka.
And she says, yes, I am. And again, if you are deciding that you are going to end our lives, then just get it over with now and call forth your evil god.
Actually, we came to save you.
So, did we say anything about an evil god?
I just assumed you were one of those things that have been sacrificing our people.
Well, who have those people been?
These
That's Meglar.
the pale-faced, the ones that come only at night. They've been buying our people from these slavers and sacrificing them.
Do you know where they go or where they come from?
I do not know. I've only heard the rumors
Well, what's the rumors?
that they are sacrificing people to bring forth their god from the depths of the sea.
Those son of a bitches.
I have heard rumors that the fish people that work for them.
So, do they have anybody else, like, on land working for them?
That I do
Or
not
are they
know.
the ones that work on land?
I have never left this island. I don't know.
So you just know that your people have been getting murdered to those people.
Yes, that is all I know. And I wish these slavers would stop taking our people and profiting on our misery.
I agree, but I can't do anything about that. But I can help you by getting you back to your king.
I would greatly appreciate to see my love again.
And I know it's not much help, but our main goal is to get rid of and stop those sacrificing and that cult from summoning Dagon.
I think this is something that I don't see how we could even aid in your struggle against this, but
I don't believe you can.
Stay alive.
Actually, Nautilus has a question. Do you know your way around this island at all?
oh yes, the Juka know everything about this island.
Well, there's a place behind it, behind these camp areas that we kind of like want to see, right, guys?
Oh, that's right. I'll take out the my parchment I have.
Maybe
And
maybe the Nautilus thinks you could help us by having some of your scoutsy guys, show us around.
What would you like to know? And she takes the map and she says, to the east, above the encampment, there's many places if you know where to look, where the cliffs open up to streams and ways to get on land. So just above this camp, the orc camp, there's a narrow passageway where you can get up the bluffs and make your way across the Great Plains, but it is very dangerous. There's giant creatures and birds, beasts that have towered over all of us. And on this side, and she points to the western side of the map where the Juka tribe is. She says, to the north of the Juka, there's many wonders in the jungle. There's the great crater of Causature. Some sort of magical power comes from there. We do not go near this. And to the north, through the jungle, very dangerous creatures there as well.
What's in under the? It looks like there's a cave entrance to the volcano.
The volcano. That is one place that we do not dare go. It has strange power also in there. Very, very dangerous.
So how likely would it be that some of your people could help us get to the endpoint of this map?
We could help you make your way through the jungle or through the plains, whichever you would want, but we will not enter the crater or the volcano. We have seen adventurers like yourselves come through here before, never to return.
What would they be looking for?
Fortune and glory, as you humans say.
Did you ever hear of the story of a broken trident?
No, I don't know what a trident is.
It looks like a fork.
What's a fork?
I look around for a stick, and I make the exact thing it would look like out of a stick, but a lot larger, like a spear.
She looks puzzled, but she's willing to listen. I don't know about this, but no.
It's a legend of how this was broken and hidden amongst the realm. So this evil Dagon, the people that are sacrificing your people, are trying to summon.
So,
this trident is supposedly, I don't know, a way to stop her or summon her. I don't know, but I know the bad guys want it, and we cannot let them have it.
Well, I do know that I have not seen anything like that or anything to do with the sea here.
Was there
in
rumors of treasure on this island?
Adventurers have come here looking for treasure, but they say that there's some sort of treasure left by the gods here. But,
okay.
But I do not know what that means.
You know how to get back to your village from here?
Oh, of course I do.
No, it's not a list. Thinks we should take her back.
No, that's what I'm saying. referring to, we'll go there and then head back out.
If you would like help, I'm sure I could talk to the chief, and we can help you get across the land as payment for us rescuing us. I'm sure he will be very grateful to see me alive again.
Well, I need to maybe speak with the king also.
We need to save Grimsday.
Yes.
What's this?
So let's head back. Oh, we could talk on our way back to the camp.
All right, so you guys head back to the camp. It only takes like an hour or so to make your way back to the trail and through the camp, and it's starting to get dark. And as it starts getting dark, you can start hearing like these like really like guttural sounding bird noises. Almost sounds like a dying vulture. And she like points to the sky, and she's like, we must hurry to get back to the camp. It's not safe to be out here at nighttime. And
Shit.
It doesn't take long, but you guys kind of follow her lead, and you make your way back to the camp. And it's a joyous reunion as you enter, as all these goblins come running up to the massive group of goblins that you guys just rescued. And in the back, you see the chief come walking out, and he is more than thrilled as he runs up and hugs his wife, and they all kind of surround you guys, and just in Goblin, they just start cheering for you, and they all look generally happy. And the queen comes up to you, and she's like, "We are also grateful for your deed of heroism. We can never repay you, but
you
please
can get us a razor beast."
We could do that.
I mean,
that would be very nice.
We were supposed to get that like by today. As I look at up in the sky and the sun's clearly set, it's like I think they'll be fine without it.
Traveling through the jungle at night is not a great idea.
Am I misremembering that, or was like Grimsday was today, right?
No, yeah, you're right. So their Grimsday is going without their Grimsday feast.
It's a one day or is like celebration, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they really mentioned how long it goes on for, but
I'm gonna be honest. Someone's going back and is dead, and it's gonna say that their party, the person they were with was dead. If we show up a day late, I feel like we'd still be heroes of some case.
Probably, yeah.
We still bring a feast, you know what I mean?
It might be a week-long festival.
Yeah.
Now the Watchers instead of Groomsday.
Yeah, if you can get us a razor beast, and so we can bring it back to the hunter's camp.
Here's the thing: the razor beasts are going extinct. They're not as many as there used to be, and the fact that one of them died, one other was injured, and they barely got away, means this might be the end of that tradition. So, if we let that die, it's not the worst thing ever for them. But
fair enough.
It should regrow itself. They can go without for 1 year.
True.
Yeah. So at this point, like all the goblins of the tribe are all like, dancing and singing, and you see this like celebrations start. That like there's a big reunion, and it's just like Return of the Jedi, and all the Ewoks are celebrating. So they have you guys like all set up, and they give you tents, and they're bringing you food, and like completely like welcoming you into this community.
He's sleeping.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
So, it's a party?
It's a big party. Well, I guess we'll just end it here at the party.
Not the one we were invited to.
Just like the Star Wars movie too.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is this? Duh, credits. What the
Credits.
fuck?
Ta-da!